Yeah, we hate everything.
Hey, folks, it's Versus on a Monday. The last Versus before the holidays, although we'll do a Versus in between Christmas and New Year. Hope you're doing well today. On the show, the trailer for, well, Avengers Doomsday. The reaction's been lukewarm. We will talk about it. Avatar Fire and Ash opened, also a bit underwhelming. And the Odyssey trailer dropped. We will react to it. Plus your comments, questions, lots of news. Let's go. Hey everyone, how's it going? Introduce yourself as we start the show. Let's go.
Steph, my nerdy home. We're so close to Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone.
All right. I can't find the ding thing. Where's that bell thing? Here we go. Oh, that's loud. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Paul Chato, call me Chato, and appalling news, and it's the last day of Hanukkah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Hope you guys are having a good holiday season.
Badger from the House of Badger. Bah humbug. Merry Festivus. Let's go.
Alan Yang, Film Thread, Merry Christmas, and I guess Badger's going to hell. That's
Come on, Badger.
Yeah, I'm a little. So when I play that bell, my dog is like barking in the background.
Confirmed.
She hears that bell. So if you hear barking noise, I'll hold off on that. But good to see everybody. I trust you saw Avatar.
No,
but we're gonna talk about that and the trailer to Avengers Doomsday.
that I saw.
First, let's go to the box office. Alan, tell me.
yes.
I mean, obviously, Avatar is number one. Avatar: Fire and Ash is
But
number
did it
one.
do well?
But
Did it meet
how did it do?
expectations?
How did it do?
Let's take a look here. Well, it did come in at number one, grossing only $88 million for the weekend. But if you throw in the international, we're at $346 million.
Not good enough.
No. 400 million production. So good luck.
Well, I mean,
Well-
look, a lot of people are talking about this like it's a disappointment. To have it it's underperforming for an Avatar movie. Let's say that.
Mm.
But that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Mhm.
International is impressive. Domestic, I would have thought it would have been north of 100. So
Yeah.
the big thing is that I've heard over and over, that running time. It kills it. Let's look at what else is in the top 10, Alan.
Yes. All right. Let's see. Coming in number two, David. Surprisingly, beat out all the other animated features. The Housemaid, which you and I both saw, SpongeBob movie, Zootopia 2, Five Nights at Freddy's, Wicked for Good, and Durandar and Hamnet. So it looks like family movies are doing very well this weekend.
Well, this is crazy. David, a faith-based film from Angel Studios, beat SpongeBob by 7 million. That is kind of strange. I know that like Angel Studios does that thing where they're like, you can sort of pass it on, or pay it forward.
Yeah, pay it forward.
Buy tickets. That might have actually really had an impact. What are the takeaways from this? What do we think?
They know their base.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't consider David a faith-based movie. It is so ingrained as just a fable from the Bible. Although when I mentioned that on another show, a person who believed in the 100% historicity of the Bible got mad at me.
That wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you. It's not you. You're not that hardcore.
I am. I mean, I think in terms of, look, I have a degree in the Bible. But in terms of the themes of David, it really hit upon those. The idea that it wasn't David that killed Goliath. It was God who killed Goliath.
Not in the
No.
movie. It's not in the movie.
Well, I mean, it's a kid with a slingshot.
Way
Yeah.
to take his agency away and all the
But-
time
I
he
know,
trained.
exactly. But that's the whole point is, you're not, the problem with Saul was that he felt he was God's messenger, therefore he spoke for God as opposed to actually speaking for God. And that was just the running theme throughout the film, which you don't normally see in films about David. It's
So
usually
you
just-
saw David?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry. I'm talking about like from the Jewish Bible.
Right.
It's not really a God-based story.
We just called that the Old Testament.
Sorry. Our Bible. You have your own
Yeah.
freaking Bible.
We annexed it.
What was the joke? Was it? I'm trying to remember. Lewis Black said, "We got our own book, and you've got yours. If you want more information about our book, just ask a rabbi. Stop interpreting our book. Go to hell."
Yeah.
So yeah. Then did you enjoy David?
It was, I've seen a lot of movies like this. They're Sunday school movies.
Oh, yeah, I saw your report actually
Yeah.
on it. I thought you were fair. I thought you sounded pretty positive about it.
Yeah, I mean, very well done. Good animation. Songs are very mediocre, if not unmemorable.
I hit him in the head with the rock.
You hit him in the head with a rock.
Hey Dante,
Sorry.
thanks for joining us here.
Yeah, get out of the.
You on screen? Sorry about that.
Eggnog?
No, this is called a creamsicle. It is orange juice, sweet cream, and vanilla vodka.
Motherfucker, that's
Oh,
orange Julius
oh.
booze in it.
Starting early.
Yep.
Starting early.
You know, when you're a bartender, the world is your oyster, man.
Your own bartender.
For those of us that have seen Avatar Fire and Ash, what do we think? I think we can all agree on one thing. There's a lot of, dissent when it comes to opinions about movies. I haven't seen anyone disagree with the fact that this movie is too long.
It is very long.
It's
Way too long.
3
Very
hours,
long.
17 minutes, and you could have cut easily a half hour, lost nothing.
Oh,
And
probably more.
potentially get it down to almost 2 hours. There, from a story standpoint, it was so repetitive and it even repeated so many beats from Way of Water. What do you guys think? Please chime in.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was very repetitive from that standpoint. It's, pretty much the same story. The themes are the same. The characters really don't develop much. The story really doesn't go anywhere more than we just added an additional tribe, the Ash tribe, and it's a warring tribe that's against the water and the forest, and and it's fine. I didn't actually mind that. And I enjoyed the spectacle of it. Obviously, the spectacle is really why you go to this movie. It's built for IMAX, and so you want to go and see it in a big screen. That's really the purpose of it. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm one of the people that probably said, yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I actually enjoyed the film. The story doesn't really do a lot. It's not a big story movie. It's more about the spectacle. It's more about the action. And that's what I enjoyed of it. I gave it about a 7. I thought it was fine. I'll never watch it again. All right. It's not something that I'm not going to sit through this again for 3 hours.
Well,
and
the
I
story
think
was
the
all small
franchise
things.
is, yeah. I think the franchise is, if they don't have anywhere else for this thing to go, just going to continue to fight against the earthlings that have come to try to take over the planet and grab the resources. I guess now they just have to move here and they just have to live here, and that's it. If that's all they're going to do with it, there's no point in continuing.
Yeah, just
James
end it.
Cameron's right. Let's go do some Terminator movies.
I want to hear what other people have to say, but the thing that I pointed out, it doesn't progress the story. It ends where it begins. It ends with what's his name, Miles Quarch, just falling into the abyss to return another day.
Yeah. He died like
Like-
Han Solo.
Yeah, he died just like Han Solo.
Died. I actually liked the movie. I thought they told a lot of story. The problem is it was all personal. Like it was a family story about overcoming grief. The son had his whole character arc, proved it was. Here's the issue. It's 3 hours and there's like 3 movies in there. Spider learning to breathe and earning his place in the tribe could be a whole fucking movie. Then there's a whole nother movie in there with Quaritch and his drugged out spider sex girlfriend. She's great. She's great too. And then
Awesome.
the third act is where it's just like, okay, we're just back to they're gonna kill the whales for the immortal goop that they're selling on Earth. But
no one
didn't
talks
wanna
about
make-
the main story, which was Loak,
Cameron
the son who's grieving over his brother's death that he caused and becoming the leader. To me, that was the core of the movie, but the core of the movie just seemed to fall into the background of the movie.
It's not a movie. That's the issue. Cameron, and when you hear them talk about the prod that kept splitting it, bro, you made a fucking mini series that should be like 7 seasons and 12 episodes, an hour each episode, because it's just so much. And he wants to tell every fucking area of it that's not conducive to a movie.
Yeah.
Well, it's binging. This was a
Yeah, I agree.
binge.
Yes.
Well, and with
That's
the
been
sun and the
fine.
whale stuff, it took us all the way back to the second movie again. It was like a retread, and you're like, why are we back here again? Which, and I'm with you. I actually dug it. I didn't mind the movie. I had a lot of fun. I took my kids, and they had a blast. But also, there were just all these like hard cuts with them just trying to keep all these storylines together, and it was just jarring because I'm like, there's so much happening here. Granted, it's so fast paced that you don't even have time to question any of it. You're like, well, on to the next thing. All right, let's keep trucking. Like, so, I mean, I overall had fun with it, but there were multiple storylines like them bringing back the whale stuff and digging into that where I'm like, we don't need this. Like, why are we doing this again? We had
So
a
the
whole movie
son
of this.
can have his Taruk Maktow moment and prove to the tribe and earn his place. It's like, that's the thing. It's like, I got why he kept some of that shit in, but then there's
Right.
so much stuff that he cut out. I was like, wait, what happened to Quaritch and his group of? I thought they were about to. I guess she just got away, and yeah.
Well, let's not forget in the Way of Water, the kids had to convince a whale to help them. In this one, they had to convince a whole lot of whales to help them.
So it's different. It's different.
Right.
It's a different movie. I didn't mind the movie, although I will agree with Dante. I'm not Dante. Sorry.
Oh,
We all agree.
Derek.
What the
Yay.
same.
All black
Wait,
people the
wait,
same, man. We all
Ah.
ain't the first, won't be the last.
Today,
That's all good.
Steph does a racism.
I will agree with DA is that it's a one watch. I'm not gonna rewatch the movie again. It's not something that I would go and see over and over and over again. Like the rewatchability is just not there for me. I love that like all of the emotional beats really hit, which is really good. I mean, for me on an emotional level, I was like, okay, a little bit of a tear sort of came, but it is so long. I mean, it drags at some points. And I like Badger's idea that this could have been a show with hour-long episodes because
much
that is
content.
exactly how it feels. It's like, okay, this portion is done. Let's move on to the next portion. Because that is really how it feels. That's how it feels. But I don't know. I haven't been super attached to the Avatar movies. They're like there's a movie that I go and see once and then that's it. Like I have to rewatch it before I go and see the next one because I've already forgotten it. And with this movie, it's going to be that same way again. I'm not going to remember it until the next movie comes out and then I'll rewatch it and then go and see the next movie. But the rewatchability just for me isn't there, especially at 3 hours long.
Well, the first two, I found this far. I still don't remember Way of Water. I watched it like twice. I don't remember what happens. This one, I was far more. I knew who I was with, what we were doing. The whole Quaritch storyline is the best part to me. The Varong or whatever, she was super fun, shooting drugs up his nose and tripping out. I just wanted to point out, like, I know when people say cultural appropriation, most of the time I laugh, but holy fuck, the Ash people are just Apache, Comanche, hooping and hollering and taking scalps, and like he just went for it. If there is a stereotype about tribal brown people, it is in this movie in some form across the globe, but it works, so I'm not even complaining. I just think it's funny. It's the best example of it.
Well, Dante, I know what's
crazy to
Dante.
say.
I have to know your gummy scale for the movie. How many gummies? Is 3 hours is a lot of gummies.
No, okay, so I haven't seen it yet. I or at all because I'm not a fan of Avatar at all. I didn't like the first movie. I can't sit through 3 hours or something I just don't like. And you know what? And it kind of says a lot to me that they had to bribe people with trailers to go watch this movie, right? Like, I wonder how many people showed up just because of the Avengers trailer or because of the Odyssey. Like, I'm curious how many people went just for those reasons alone, right? My thing is, man, I'm frustrated with James Cameron because I do think he's better than this. Like, I do. I feel like he's better than Avatar, man, and it pisses me off that he won't leave this franchise, man. Like, okay, you did 3 movies. Let's move on from this, right? But now he's talking about doing a 4th one, and I'm just like, he was one of my favorite directors, and to see him go down this road for me, it is feeling a lot like Ridley Scott. Like I just feel like I'm losing respect for him. Though he's still night and day better director than Ridley Scott right now.
Yeah, Dante, you may not be on your mic, by the way. You might be off your camera mic or something.
Yeah.
Oh, let me just double check that. But anyway, yeah, I'm frustrated because I just is this better?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, now you're hot.
Yeah.
Now you can turn it down.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I just really despise Avatar. So
I mean,
I
if
think
you
the
despise it,
reason
like
that
saying-
James Cameron does what he does with this franchise is because he can play around with the technology. He can go further with all of the Pandora. You know, you think about it, Pandora is that kind of a world. We could play around with it so much and do all kinds of different visual things, you know, underwater, on, you know, up in the air, all the little floating islands. You know, it's a perfect kind of landscape for what James Cameron wants to do with his technology, with the 3D and everything. And the story really doesn't need a whole lot of extra work. It's just a very simple story. And so I think because of that, he just wants to stay in this world and play in this playground as long as he can. But I think he's ran out of time. I think
yeah, but the problem is that it's one trick, right? Like it is. It worked in the first movie, but now he has to keep the story going, and now he's getting exposed, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
This was the sorry. Go ahead, Steph.
Go, Steph.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, the upcoming Avatar sequels. Apparently, like he has 5 movies coming up through 2031. Is that the original?
Well, this was the original 5 film plan. The Quest for Awa was part 5. The Tolkien Rider. Avatar 3 was originally called The Seed Bearer. The only one they got right was The Way of Water.
Tolkien.
Tolkien. There was an interest. The first movie started with a real amazing sci-fi premise. Humans cannot survive on a world. How do they explore the world? They project their minds into the natives. Interesting. But what they could have done with this is Spider, who I think is the most annoying character. He acts
I can't stand him.
He's
The
like
fact
an
that
annoying.
this movie centered around him. I couldn't stand that
dumb.
character.
He's like an annoying 11-year-old.
You mean Monkey Boy, who
9-year-old
had a
Monkey
romance
Boy.
with Sigourney Weaver playing a 14-year-old?
He's
I
like,
know. Oh, that is so weird.
That
It's
is
just-
so weird.
I
And they
can't
really
get
had
over
to
Sigourney
kiss in
Weaver's
the-
voice.
I
could
was
not get
wondering if
over
he
it.
really kissed, because when you show the behind the scenes and it's just Sigourney wearing a bicycle helmet with the camera and the
Yeah.
dots, like, did he have to kiss?
It's
I think
weird.
they did.
But he's interesting from a sci-fi standpoint. Is he is the key. If humans can breathe on Pandora, they can relocate from Earth, which is dying, to this world. The stakes would be huge. It would be a much bigger story. We haven't even seen Earth. What if one of Jake's kids gets kidnapped and they take him to Earth? You know what I mean? Like, what would have
and put him in a tank in someone's
wish
house?
I just wish Spider's character was reworked a little bit, because that is an annoying character. I could not stand him, and he had so much screen time this time around. His character finally got interesting when they did that whole thing and he was able to breathe. Like that's when he finally got interesting, but his character is just so annoying. It's hard to get invested even when that happens.
I keep wanting
I've
to
heard a
call
lot
him
of
Chaka, by the way.
I've heard a lot of our
but Dante
Criticless.
Oh,
fine.
James Cameron has 4 scripts for 4 and 5 written. They're already done.
No,
So
well, I
he's
mean,
going-
yeah, I
he's
mean,
gonna-
the
he's
scripts
gonna
are
stay in
written,
this world.
but
He is going to stay in this world for.
No, I
as
said
long
the
as-
first part's already shot. What were you going to say, Blaine, though? Sorry, we all.
No, y'all are good. Y'all are good. I was just gonna say I've heard a lot of our Criticless people say that, like, especially the last movie with Spider, they really hated him, and it seems to be at least that he was some improvement in this one. I kind of felt the same, which not where
liked him
Badger
more.
was, where I don't even remember that second movie hardly. Like, it just did nothing for me. Which I think also it does, as much as I enjoyed this one, it just does continue to feel like a series of missed opportunities with the story without him having to get too much more complicated with it. Where it's like that second movie, I was going in expecting like possibly like Avatar pirates and actually on the ocean and crazy sea monsters and
We got
something
sea
cool
pirate,
and different.
Space. What? Not space. Air.
Yeah,
Air
right.
pirates. Air raiders.
Right. Yeah,
Well,
we got
they-
it a little bit in this one.
They need
my
to bring him to
feeling
Earth.
is that
Oh, that would be
Cameron
sucks.
had
People want
spent so
Pandora.
much money on The Way of Water that he needed to make this movie to help recoup some of that cost. At the same time, this felt like he's done. The story just felt like he didn't care as much as he used to, and that I don't think he has 2 more movies in him.
I think that he should have brought it to Earth and call it Avatar SeaWorld.
Right, so the whales can swim around in circles and have their fins go over.
No, I mean, like, and you get the people, the Navi jumping out of the water for fish, and
The fins dripping over. No.
Did they? Go ahead.
I mean, look, Jake Sully is human. He began as human. His body is now in a native Pandoran body. Does he have relatives back on Earth? What if his family, his Earthbound family,
his
came to
brother
see
died.
him? His brother died, but he was a twin. That's why they were able to. He was able to, use the avatar. But there are so many. This world has so much sci-fi possibility, and he made it the Swiss Family Pandora, a very simple-minded family adventure, which is fine. I'd like to know, Blaine, like how old your kids are.
So I've got a 9-year-old and an 11-year-old, and both of them were kind of so on it. Actually, the younger one was more excited than my daughter was. But they both enjoyed it. But both of them, by the end of that 3 hours and 15, were like, I was good at around 3 hours or less. Like, which I'll say, even for the length, I was still surprised they held out pretty well because I think it's so. That this movie does not stop. It's balls out from the moment it starts.
Welcome, Robert Meyer.
We're the
Burnett.
Brady
Thanks-
Bunch now.
Hello.
Right.
Thanks for
So
showing up.
I have a question
and
for the
hanging out with us.
I have a question for the people who saw the movie. So the first two, to be quite frank, I don't think Cameron did much world building. It was eco and blue people in water. It wasn't the same kind of world building that Lucas, even though we pillar him for the prequels, he added so much world building for other people to then ignore. I mean, in
the
terms
Ash
of
people and the flying nomad traders,
and
it
Parliament,
added.
and he added like an insane amount of world building to the prequels for any future, owners of the property to maybe use, which they
We
chose
saw the
not
Senate.
to.
We
But
did
I
actually
didn't
see the
find-
Senate.
I don't
It's a
find
bunch of
any of that
whales.
world building in
Yeah.
the first two Avatars. It was this,
Yeah.
the second movie was the same as the first. And I'm asking for the third one. Is there more world building?
There's
Yes,
less world
significant.
building.
Astronauts.
No, there is more. I
I
just told
think
you they
there's-
added
yeah,
extra
there's
trods
more.
and dynamics.
Yeah.
There's a whole new factions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but
I'll
that's
say there's
hardly what you got in the first two movies. I mean, I'll disagree with Paul in the world building. The first two movies were great, and I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I saw it in 3D and that Cameron went full 3D in it. Pulling critters into the theater as opposed to just making the screen the window. And it's there's a lot of exploration that goes on in this one. We're essentially in the same world. There's that new tribe, but they're in a burned down part of the forest, which is not exactly as immersive
Chicago
experience that you want.
The weird places where the expanding of all this world actually happened, and probably no one on this panel has done it, is there is a video game that they put an ungodly amount of effort into. And I got talked into playing it, and it's basically like one of those Far Cry style video games that came out a couple of years ago. But it's wild because I've been playing it and watching this movie. I kept seeing different plants and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, that plant does this, and this one does this. And there's a moment when some plants shoot some darts and take some people out. Like those are in that game, and it carried over into this. And there's a lot of like subtext, weird stuff that he's added, and there's a lot of lore. It's just not really spoken, and I
He was
kind of
going to make
got
an
more out of
MMO.
playing that game.
So he's
Right,
got like all of it. The world is all set. Real quick before Robert talks about it, did they like level up the whole? They can all just go into a virtual fucking matrix through the mycelial network, and just everyone that's ever dead is there alive in some like NPC form, and they can all just hang out inside the virtual world.
Yeah, it's a hard drive
Things like
backup
that.
of everyone
Yeah.
who's been born.
It seemed more spiritual and woo woo in the first one, and this is just like you just jack into the mycelial network, and everyone's just
It-
chilling
it
out
was-
there. Oh, how'd I
full
die,
character.
bro?
Your family.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, that could have been. I disagree, Paul. I think the world building, they just didn't expand on it. They set up some great ideas. It didn't pay them off.
No,
Like
I'm
I
saying
said,
that there was world building, especially in the first movie. The
Yeah,
mechs
you're just
and the
agreeing with me.
humans and the
They had
Navi,
to
but
shift
then
the
after
world
that, there
building.
wasn't anything more. Is my
exactly.
point.
That's right. Nothing
That's
new. or
sorry.
nothing
That's what I meant.
In the
expanded.
third one. Yeah. And yes, George Lucas did it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But the problem
Rob,
for me with this movie is really the character of Jake Sully. Like you're saying, Chris, there's to me, he just comes off as protagonist. You know, he
Right.
doesn't really have
Yeah.
any real character to him. He's just there. And it's like, okay, if I'm going to follow this story, I need somebody that I can latch on to. Okay, you're going to take me on this adventure. I'm going to be going through all of these crazy worlds and all of this stuff. I need to know who am I following and who am I attached to, who's interesting in this world. If it wasn't for these movies, I wouldn't remember. I mean, well, let me say this. If it wasn't for the fact that this movie was coming out this year, I probably would have forgotten the name of Jake Sully. All right, from the last two movies. I probably would not remember who the hell are the characters in this thing. And we're now on the third movie, and it's like I know Jake Sully and I know Spider, okay, and now I know Varang. But everybody else is just kind of a mishmash of blue people that do stuff, and I don't remember any of these guys. They're not memorable characters, so I don't really follow them. I don't really care about them. That's what's missing. We need characters we care about, and then we'll follow them and we'll love them and we'll do whatever they put us through.
One thing I
100%.
learn though
Jake
is
Sully
that
is the
the
only character
gestation
that I
period
remember.
of the thing I learned is that the gestation period of the Na'vi are 2 movies.
yeah. Rob, what did you think? And welcome, Rob.
Oh, I'm a fan of this franchise. I think I think there's a lot of really interesting things that went on. Look, for me, it's an experiential thing. The being immersed in this world. I mean, I think what James Cameron is doing, what he's trying to say in these films was made more clear in this film than ever before. And I think he wants to say the interesting thing about Pandora, like planets like Solaris that have been shown to us in science fiction movies before, Pandora is actually alive. The whole planet is alive. Awa is a living entity. And I think what he's going to say, if he makes it to the end of this, is that Earth's Awa died. And that we are living on a planet where we that is out of balance. And I think the whole premise is now that I don't want to ruin anything, but there's a really interesting thing that they made happen in this film in regards to human beings and Pandora itself, which forwarded the idea of it. And I think that if you go and you follow the idea of transcendence, I think what he's eventually going to do is that the Pandorans are going to find their way back to Earth and bring Awa with them somehow and reignite our dead planet. I think that would be the ultimate vision of where he's going, because it's an eco fairy tale. And the idea that as they show, it's not everybody's sort of intertwined and it's more like, there is a mycelial network here on this planet, and there is a lot of things going on here that we are completely unaware of. Whereas the people of Pandora, they didn't go off and become an industrialized civilization because their technology is biological. And I think I found it really, there were some moments in this movie, like when they talked to the elder whales, for lack of a better term, when they all came up to speak, where there was real awe. I felt real awe and wonder in that moment. And while you have the beats on this movie are kind of the same, there were still really interesting things that were going on. But I think that, like, I really like seeing the merchant trader Na'vi that went from place to place to place. I would like to have seen more of them. And I think that the Varan and her Mordor Na'vi we could have seen Quaritch have a similar experience to Jake Sully learning about the Na'vi in the first movie. I would have liked to have seen Quaritch learn the ways of this forsaken tribe that their forest was destroyed by fire.
You saw it, but only through, like, he was wearing less and less military, and he started wearing their face paint.
Yeah,
he kind of had the inverse journey, whether, like, if you even remember your uniform, like that type of thing.
Yeah, and it was. I liked all that, and you could tell. I mean, they had that one overhead shot. He was banging her.
Well, of course.
It got to the point where they didn't want to go into that, but I thought that it was really interesting that where he was accusing Jake Sully of going full on native, Quaritch was kind of doing the same.
Just need the love of a good woman, Rob, and then
I know. Right, but they both. That was interesting. I would like to have seen those things amped up a little bit. The parallel, because Quaritch found there was a lot of a family story going on with Quaritch as much as Jake Sully. Different kinds of families that I thought was was interesting. But at the end of the day, I just like sitting. I saw this at the Directors Guild. The presentation was unbelievable. I mean, it was a high frame rate and 3D, and it's just it's just insane.
Court's my favorite part of the whole movie. His entire journey.
It was
start to finish.
great.
I love when enemies have to work together, and they have like honor binding them, and they call each other by their ranks. And, on your word as a Marine. Like I love shit like that.
We did kill our Celestial. It's the Celestial that died as it was.
By the way, he'll never. These are horrible decisions. Don't ever take us to fucking Earth. I don't need to see a dystopian Earth. It's Pandora syndrome, not Earth syndrome. People want to see Pandora.
It's already been
I think
confirmed they're
so,
going
too.
to Earth.
Yeah. Well, here was the original proposed 5 films. This is what it was supposed to be here. So, but I would read R&B Avatar fanfic any day, including the Varang little series that
the banging of the Varang.
Yeah.
Varang's native slave. But I think going back to Earth makes it interesting. I think the character of Spider was wasted. The sort of the plot, and it's in the trailer, Rob, so you don't have to worry about ruining that. Spider can now breathe on Pandora. Well, if all humans can breathe on Pandora, they can relocate to Pandora and
make it a better planet. Yes,
but then they'll
civilization.
They'll destroy the planet, though.
And you need Sigourney Weaver's character. You there was an outside force that did it. It can't just show up and eat one of those fucking
you gotta come in and you gotta assimilate. If you're coming into somebody else's world, and you gotta learn the lay of the land, and you gotta assimilate.
I totally
That's
agree with
the
that.
message, everybody. You see,
the DA speaks the truth.
That's the real message.
Yeah, but well, look, box office wise, it may have. Look, people are saying it's already 350 worldwide. It's doing very well. People are already calling it a disappointment. I think that's very good. I think it'll hold. It's going to play the next 3 weeks. But
I think these movies are always going to make money. Like that's never the issue, man. I guess as someone who has just loved old school James Cameron movies, for me, this is just disappointment all the way through, man. This franchise, I feel like if it were just made for kids, I'd be like, okay, that's something. But there's nothing inspirational about anything he's doing with this movie franchise at all for me. Like, I get it. He's treading the Dancing with Wolves thing, the natives versus the
treading.
I know. I'm being generous here. I'm being very generous. He's doing that whole natives versus foreigners thing and invaders and humans are horrible, that kind of thing. I get it, but the problem is it's been done so much. It's so played out. And I feel, again, like I said earlier, I think James Cameron is better than this. Like, I want to see him move on to something different, something better, something that's more, just something like close to what he used to do back in the day.
What's the last one you liked? What's the last James Cameron movie you liked?
True Lies.
True Lies? Was that the last good James Cameron movie you liked?
For me, probably so. For me, I think True Lies was the last good Cameron.
You didn't
movie.
like Titanic?
You know what? It was fine. I was on a date. She liked it a lot. We had a good time. So outside of that, no, look, Titanic was a well done movie. Like, I will always give it its credit. Well done all the way through. Was it a James Cameron movie? Not really. It was just a
That was like
it was a romance,
right?
right?
We were used to James Cameron with Terminator and stuff like that, and then we get a romance on a boat. It's like, what? This ain't James Cameron. So yeah, I agree. It's he's only made 4 movies since then, right? It's after True Lies, Titanic, and these 3.
Hey, let's talk
and
about
his documentaries.
This. The Avengers,
the
Avengers Doomsday trailer dropped. For
Robert
those that
is Dr. Doom. Oh,
for those that have
Dante.
seen it,
Dante.
Oh my God.
I'll be playing Luke Cage in Avengers Doomsday.
Let me start this over. Okay.
There we go.
The Avengers Doomsday trailer drop. We got the first of what will be 4 trailers. I assume if you didn't see it in the theater, you can see it online. It leaked. I think that might have been on purpose. I found it underwhelming and disappointing. And I know we're going to get Thor this week. So I may go I may pop in a theater just to see the trailer, but what did you guys think of the trailer?
Underwhelming.
Boring.
Yeah.
Now, which one are you talking about? Because I saw a kind of a pirated version of someone recording it in the theater, so I saw
That's
that
the
one.
trailer. That's
Yeah.
the trailer. What'd you think?
I think that was a really, really stupid trailer. Like, I think, look, man, Marvel, you know, I guess this applies to DC too, but the marketing, I just don't get it, man. You know, I worked 25 years in marketing, and I don't get what these people are doing. You know, dropping these little mini trailers, a different one for every screening of the film. Like, they really think people are going to go see Avatar, Fire and Ash 4 times. Really?
Well,
you know?
My
It's as if
opinion is
nostalgia is the thing that draws people in to see movies
Right.
nowadays.
Yeah, I
my,
think
my
that's
opinion was
interesting.
when I saw this was no man for old superheroes.
It's just nothing happened in the trailer. Nothing happened.
They're all
Yeah,
old.
you saw Steve Rogers.
Steve
in
Rogers,
my
okay,
trailer.
he's holding a baby. Okay.
It's like, why didn't we get a Cap shield in action or something in this action moment and us think that maybe it's going to be a Falcon introduction and then we get Steve or something
So
more
in my
exciting,
audience, it went super quiet because they lowered the lights like the movie was going to start, and then the trailer. And then as soon as a couple of the piano beats dropped and you saw a dude on the motorcycle, I heard some lady go, Steve Rogers, in a fucking hushed, whispered tone. Like, so that's why they did it. They think just Chris Evans being back is enough to make people remember. You remember Steve Rogers? That type of thing.
But what was weird was my theater's same reaction. A hush and then quiet, and then the trailer ended and no reaction, no applause, no yes, nothing. It just kind of fizzled out. What'd you guys
That
think?
was the
Rob?
same in my audience. It was a very, very subdued kind of, you know, reaction. And I think people were expecting my expectations were we were going to see Dr. Doom, or at least
Right.
something of Dr. Doom in the trailer. Just showing Steve Rogers will return is not, I'm sorry, that's just not good enough. You know, you haven't built up anything in this universe, and now you want me to just show up because Steve Rogers is coming back. That's not going to do it. That's not going to get it done. So I don't think anybody, and I was looking online for reactions because I thought people at least, all right, not everybody is, you know, locked in all the time into the movies like we are. And, you know, what's the general audience reaction? And most people were like, I saw it. It was a nothing burger. I don't care about this movie. That was the general consensus I got from searching online. And I looked on TikTok, X, Facebook, everywhere. People are just not feeling this trailer. So I don't know if they're going to pivot and do something different, but they probably should have, you know, just introduced us to Dr. Doom. Give us a little snippet of what Dr. Doom is. Who is this character that we're supposed to be showing up to watch? You know,
there has been no build up to Dr. Doom at
Zero
all.
build-up,
Oh,
man.
none.
It's
None.
No.
None at all.
It's not
But,
Doom,
Yeah,
it's Robert
it all
Downey
happened
Jr.
at Comic-Con.
there's no build up to Dr. Doom. All of that is like they're bringing him in as a last ditch effort to bring more audience members into the seat to go and see Doomsday, because so far in like the chronological storytelling of Marvel, where does he fit in? Where there's been nothing leading up to Dr. Doom. But I think like with this trailer, Steve Rogers is out there getting some of that life that Tony told him to get it. You know, he's living the life that, you know, Tony had or whatever. And what could have been better is at the end of this trailer, you see Doom knocking on his door or something. Doom standing in front of his house, something like that, to be like, oh shit. To have that oh shit moment. But that didn't happen. But what's interesting to me are this tactic. You talked about like the marketing tactic. I think that's actually kind of interesting because they're encouraging people to go back to the theater to see the next trailer. Like it or not, I have gone to the movie theaters to see a trailer before. I've bought a movie ticket to go and see
Okay, but would you watch Avatar 4 times to see a new trailer?
I wouldn't, but that money is still going to the Avatar box office. You don't have to go and sit through the movie. You can just sit through the trailer and leave. Is
$25 to watch a trailer?
You can ask for your money back if you walk out.
Is it worth a movie ticket? I don't know, but like that's just an interesting tactic to me, and I'm wondering if more movies that are coming out, like more big budget movies, more blockbuster movies, are going to see this and use that as well. Like, is this going to be something else that Hollywood is going to use to bring people to come into theaters, like different trailers for different showings or whatever? Because I think that like isn't what is the director's name? Nolan, isn't he doing that the same thing? Where you
Odyssey.
get the 5 minutes if you go and see the IMAX showing, but if you do it a regular showing, You just get you don't get the full 5 minutes. You get something
But
different.
that's just the prologue. Who gives a shit? You're going to see that when you see the
I
actual
know, but
movie.
still, some people will still go and see it. It's just these.
Okay, but
tactics
Steph,
that people
like
into the
versus
theater.
them dropping just an actual trailer before the movie, right? Like a well cut, trailer that gives us a little information, but keeps us wanting, instead of this weird, stupid, let's do a different trailer for every single showing.
Well, I think that could work if the trailers are good. The trailers got to be good.
Right.
And then what happens is you got a month-long marketing campaign of people talking about different trailers. Everybody's going to see it's what's going to be in the next trailer. And everybody's starting to wonder and guess about it for a month long. That's a good marketing idea. Honestly, it is. But the trailers actually have to hit, and you got to give us a little something, like giving us Steve Rogers holding a baby, riding up on a cycle, walking into a house, and then saying Steve Rogers. That's not going to get it done.
No, DA, that works. That works if if you're dropping it on YouTube, right? If you're dropping a different trailer a week on YouTube, that will get people talking, right? And not only that, it would be a high quality trailer instead of that bootleg shit we got on X over the weekend, right? To me, this is cheap, and I'm gonna tell you what. I don't think the MCU can afford this kind of apathy right now, man. Right. They can't afford it. And that trailer was underwhelming. People saw that shit and said, They can't afford that.
That's why I say it should have ended with a tease of Doom as well at the end. That's why I say it should have ended with Doom showing up somewhere.
The only thing we know about Avengers Doomsday right now is who's in the movie, not what the movie's about. And that's a major problem.
And it's still
Robert.
Rob would like to speak.
I would just like to say that I don't see these as trailers, because Marvel never said anything that they were going to release these trailers as they it was all of us make. Has there been any official statement about Marvel saying what they were doing? None. No. These are just teasers. One, they wanted to tell us because there was no confirmation. Remember, nobody even knew. Chris Evans has never even been announced that he's in this movie. It was never announced. So this was confirmation that Steve Rogers, not only is he in this movie, but he must be a big part of this movie. And that in itself, as a confirmation, was pretty extraordinary if you're an Avengers fan, because he hasn't been around for 6. So I think what they did was we did hear that there were all these different trailers that they were trying to make. I think they're like, you know what? We can't fit everything we want into a trailer.
Of course not.
So let's take the next thing we're getting is the Thor speech, right? The Thor speech trailer.
Yes. Yeah, I believe
which comes from he gives a speech in the movie. Let's just say that. And from a significant place in the film. And there's that trailer. That's the next one. And then there's going to be a third trailer. And then these are these teases. And then we're going to get an actual teaser trailer. A fourth teaser trailer that's going to be the real. So these are just little bite-sized morsels. And I would assume that it's Cap, it's Thor. I don't know who the next one's going to be. Maybe the X-Men? Because they're taking previously existing characters that we know from the past are in this movie. But I'll say this, and I can tell you this from as a fact, there are a lot more people in this movie than they've announced. A lot more.
But I think if you've been paying attention, you know exactly what this movie is. It's going to be protagonist Doom until he's not the protagonist, leading the groups that we know about against incursions that caused by Steve and whatever. It's going to be great. The issue is apathy and whether that's enough to bring people back. DCU also, they announced Brainiac to a whopping no one gives a fuck. Apathy. People they're done. They're burnt. So good luck. I don't know what. In other words, I don't care how many trailers. You could have had Robert Downey Jr. tap dancing as Doom, and people would have still gone, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, my point is, they could have done this on YouTube. Every week could have been a different trailer on YouTube. Like putting it before Avatar for me just seemed cheap. It seemed desperate in a way to get people to watch Avatar. I just look. They could have kept the same exact trailers. Just drop them on YouTube once a week.
Yeah.
Well, and the league cut the knees out from under the whole announcement too. That didn't help things. And the people that care about this stuff are the folks like us. They're the ones that would likely go and continue to go to see these.
Oh yeah, I'm
trailers.
excited. I'm just saying a
But-
lot of other people are after that.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, though, is that like it is such a targeted audience where they're the same people that are going to go look for the bootleg versions right after they drop. Right. So it's like, what's the benefit in all of this same crowd accidentally stumbling into the bootleg ones and not going to see it in theaters versus just doing like you guys are saying and releasing them, just in a week in advance or whatever, online. I'm not sure if it was a great idea.
I think this, I agree with Rob. These are teases that will lead to something bigger, and that will drop. And then all the teases will be on YouTube. Let's go to comments and get to Soups. And then we're going to look at a full trailer for a movie I know we're all excited about, the Odyssey. Well, let's go here. Let's go through these quick, Badger. Here we go.
I thought you were going to say
President-
Street Fighter.
No.
Press M to start, became a member.
Great.
Dude. Yeah.
Hey, press M to start. Good to see you. Thanks.
Thrud, member for 9 months. Merry Xmas and happy holidays to the panel and chat.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Mark Skywalker for $1.99. Merry Christmas all. Hashtag I've canceled Disney Plus. Oh, good.
Merry Christmas.
Raphael would be very proud of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Axel DeBode for 16 months. Year to date / in-year releases down 750 this year.
Yeah, $750 million this year is down
Man.
box office.
Super Mastermind for 5. Looks like DC Comics will be made by outsiders soon.
We'll see.
Well, maybe they'll love Batman more than James Gunn does.
Andrew Cram gifted 20 Film Threat memberships. Shout out,
Thank
Andrew.
you, Andrew. Appreciate
And then
you.
again, for another 10, Andrew, Merry Christmas panel, mods and chat.
Oh,
Merry
thanks.
Christmas.
DK Bones for 10, Merry Christmas.
Oh, go to hell.
Hey, good seeing you on
All
All right, fine. Graph Web for 2 in the name of all that is holy. Hashtag cancel Disney Plus. There you go. You got
There
it.
he is.
I just
Get
got
to
my
put a video
$35
of you
bill for
Put some
Disney Plus.
soul and heart into that, Badger.
Aaron Charman for 20. Merry Christmas, everyone. It hasn't been the best of year for films, but the real win was the fun we had along the way.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
Thanks, Aaron.
MK Solid for 5. Ethan Hawke was just on Rogan trashing White Fang as a corny kids movie. Meanwhile, it's a beautiful film. How many
I don't
more
think he
things need to
trashed
be
it.
ruined?
I don't think he trashed it.
He trashed
He
it.
said
Alan.
it was
hated
too white.
Did he
Well,
really?
I mean, it's in the
No,
title.
no, no.
I-
It's my white fan
Right.
joke.
Okay.
I mean, who knows nowadays, man? I mean,
I know.
Yeah.
It's funny that everyone here thought I was serious.
JF Tremblay for $6.99. Out of Avatar, the only cool thing that came out of this was the Rajamouli Cameron discussion. I'd rather watch RRR again than watch Hollywood trash.
Yeah.
RRR
RRR
was
is
good.
3 hours and it goes by so quick.
Yeah, and so
Raptor.
was the Return of the King, guys. It was
Yeah.
3 hours
Yes.
and 20 minutes.
Okay,
Yes.
that doesn't
It's a very
count.
long
In my
film.
review, I said movies need to be less than 3 hours unless you're Lord of the Rings extended edition. You
Okay,
be as
okay,
long as you
thanks,
want.
Badger.
Yeah.
Raptor for 10. Avatar 2 seemed like a side quest, whereas 3 brought the focus back to the main conflict, and the characters gave the characters better arcs than what they got
Nice.
in 2. Yeah, it's more focused.
Thank you.
Dr. Fauci's pardon prison butt for 5. I think you guys expect too much out of films sometimes. The film was made to babysit your 10-year-old, not to be highbrow art for a 46-year-old.
not for $25 a pop, it ain't.
Shots
Oh,
fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for 400 million.
Are you kidding me?
We might disagree, but one thing we agree on, Dr. Fauci's pardon prison butt is
Great name.
the best
Great
name.
name. Yeah.
I
By the
love
way,
that name.
he may lose his pardon. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did he go back to 2014? Mexican Iron Man, member for 39 months. In Avatar 4, we discover brown Latino tribe, which cares for the
Yeah.
landscaping and is on the run from the intergalactic Navi ice.
Yeah,
Age.
let's go.
That's
Nice.
gonna happen.
Mega YouTube for $4.99. Merry Christmas, y'all. Glad to feel welcomed into this community, regardless of my politics, unlike Campia's, where I was scolded and told to leave. Well, we would never scold you
I-
or tell you
I-
to leave.
Can't speak for Campia, but I do sub to his channel. That's how I see Rob Burnett.
That's right.
Yeah, and watch
Yep.
Rob's late night streams. I watch everybody. So, thank
Zelensky
you,
for
Megan.
$1.99. Avatar is about humanity dying being a good thing.
I kind of feel like they really hammered that humans are bad in this one, like a little too much.
She turned into a space bigot and racist.
Yeah.
Our little pink skins. I hate
Pink
skin.
skins. Kill 'em.
their fingers. Zodlander for
Are you
100.
ashamed of your kids?
I got it. Merry Christmas, everyone. After seeing most the trailers and reviews of movies, here is my top movies that might excite me in 2026. Project Hail Mary, Spider-Man, Street Fighter, hashtag cancel Disney Plus.
Street Fighter, hell yeah, man.
Oh,
Street
that
Fighter,
looks
for sure.
so good. That
looks like
teaser's
fun.
So
That looks
fun.
Yeah.
Zodlander for 50. Steve Rogers is Captain America. Sam Wilson is Falcon. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And Miles Morales is Brown Recluse. Why change a working thing?
Okay, Zodlander, thank you.
English Batchers for 24 months. Doomsday could make over $1 billion and still lose money. How can films like that ever work? It needs to make $2.2 billion just to break even. That's what
Yeah.
Rob said. They might split it into 2 movies.
Too much
I
talent.
like Rob's theory. I think Rob's theory makes sense.
I don't know if it's going to hold water. I think it more hold water to Secret Wars.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
CB the Legend for $199. My crowd went crazy for Steve Rogers trailer.
Okay.
I like to hear that.
For another $99. Gore is Toby Spider-Man for Doomsday.
I have no direct knowledge, Rob.
of what?
Toby
Maguire
Maguire
being
being in Doomsday or Secret Wars.
No?
That's a tell.
Ah.
Rob, if you were playing poker, that's a tell.
I'll answer for him. Yeah,
Bad poker player,
Silence
Rob.
is
You're a bad
confirmation.
poker player.
You know what?
How would I know?
Rob might as well have twisted the
You know
Oreo and
stuff.
licked it.
Right.
You know stuff, Rob.
The thing is, I don't have alcohol. Usually, I drink and I know things, but without alcohol, I don't know anything.
Yeah,
They've
that's
not been
right.
secret. You'll see Toby again.
We can't squeeze anything out of him.
You can milk
You
anything
might.
with nipples, Paul.
Yeah, that's true.
Me.
Zodlander for 20.
I just think that yeah, everybody should just it's going to be a wild ride.
Zodlander for 20. Done with the MCU 100% after Fantastic Four. They blew it.
They did kind of, although it looked good.
Geek Truth 64. Shout out Geek Truth for 2. Avatar 3 felt like disposable entertainment.
You know what would have been a great movie to introduce Doctor Doom in? The Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
He did.
Well, they did
Right?
at the
Right.
end.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm
they
just,
showed his seat and it was empty. So there you
I'm
go.
just
You gotta-
spitballing here, but
But they kind of
rushed
did
the
with
last-
the
Actually, they
post-credits,
did,
right?
right?
But-
At the end.
Yeah, the back of
You know,
him.
it's interesting, but there's gonna be so many superheroes in Doomsday that there won't be enough time for story.
Well,
Mm.
that's,
Right.
Yeah,
that's
this will be
their
like a
idea.
3-hour movie, man. 3.5
I-
hour movie.
That
Oh, yeah.
that trailer, I hate to say it, if Robert Downey Jr. came back as Iron Man in that trailer, I don't think I'd be excited. That's that's
Well, what
his
if-
titular role, and you know what? I don't care.
What if Captain America meets Doctor Doom and they have this kind of Steve Tony moment between the two of them?
Only
been
if
interesting.
they're mining for gold in Venezuela as trans.
oh Jesus.
That'd be perfect. Queen of Coal too. That would
Shadows
be
cast
amazing.
for 2. For fuck's sake, hashtag cancel Disney Plus. Come on, Badger.
Come on,
Sing
Badger.
it. I sang it.
Badger.
I sang
Yeah.
Say the line, Bart.
Don't say the line.
I helped
Bart.
him
Give us
last. I helped Badger
$2.
last
Come
time.
on.
When Paul feels bad for you and starts going into the bid, it's not good.
That's
You've
right.
done it too much. Cosmic Cristani for $1. Thank you, Cosmin. Harry Brownhole for 2. What's
Wow.
more done, MCU or DCU Gunverse? DCU Gunverse.
DCU
Yeah.
Gunverse.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Is it more done?
I don't think there's enthusiasm.
The next
Or-
thing coming up, Supergirl.
And after
That
those
tr-
Green Lantern leaks, if those are true, holy smokes.
you-
What are
You
the
know
Green
they're true.
Lantern leaks?
Yeah, they're true.
Oh, that the enemies are going to be right-wing extremists, and you should have known that
Yeah.
when they said it was set in the heartland of America. But hey,
Is
I hope
that
we're proven
true?
wrong.
That's
Why would
that's,
Green Lanterns be going after them though?
Yeah,
Oh,
what's the
I don't
point?
know.
It
Why
makes
when they
no
went to Earth
sense
X?
at
Would they
all.
go to Earth X? Could it be that there's a group of right-wing supremacists that are the big bad gang for the actual big bad? They'll find a
Yeah,
way.
but
Life
this is a show
finds a
about
way.
intergalactic space cops. Why
Yeah.
are they in the Midwest?
He left
well,
on
they
a
also
protest.
teased those same people in Creature Commandos, so it would
Oh,
track.
the Sons of
because they-
Themyscira.
Yes.
They've been
If
playing
that's
on that
who
for
it
a little
is.
bit. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
They'll find
And
a
they
way.
have powers
Dis-
that only the lanterns can defeat.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Except
the
maybe
power
they're
of
sharing
hate.
a ring. There you go.
The power of
Tyler-
racism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler Disney official for 5. My favorite show is on.
Oh, thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it.
Tyler.
Hey,
And I know it's officially him, so
okay. Hey, the Odyssey is coming, and I've got some additional news no one else is reporting related to this. But let's first look at the trailer. Before I bring that up, are you guys excited?
I haven't seen
Yeah.
the trailer yet, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm very excited.
Even
thought the
This is
trailer
my
was
first
good.
time.
I haven't seen the
even
trailer.
better.
I haven't
Okay.
seen it either.
All right. Well, then
Yeah.
let's get right to it. The trailer for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. It opens this summer, I
Because you
believe.
ought to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
I wrote that myself.
Here we go. Here it is. If you haven't seen it, here it is.
you oughta.
See it.
You're all fired.
Oh my gosh.
This thing is going to be big. It's already grossed what $100 million just from ticket pre-sales for IMAX. So I got to say, and the one thing I love about Nolan, when you look at his movies, whether it's Interstellar, Tenet, whatever, Inception, his movies take you to another world, take you from a reality. What he does is he makes timeless films, not rooted in any modernity or any social commentary about today. He asks big questions that you can, it's escapism, pure escapism. So
Yeah, I'm a total.
having read
Go ahead.
the books when I was in school,
Yeah.
can't wait for this film. I'm super excited. I was unable to grab tickets the morning they went on sale. They went like that. But and by the way, the Cyclops is a practical effect. There's a giant in the movie that is practical. I for one am pumped. What do you guys think?
I was gonna say I'm a total Nolan bro, so I'm definitely going to see it regardless of But I wasn't excited about the trailer, but I you know what? But I do feel better about it, right? Because when the rumors I was hearing was that they're not going to tackle any of the fantastical elements of the Odyssey, but it looks like they might be going there. So that kind of gives me a little bit more encouragement, because before I was just like, I don't want to see a movie about gods where there's no gods, right? And I guess even like the verdict is still out on that, whether we're going to get the actual gods or like some kind of representation of the gods.
You don't need
but
the
not them
gods.
being gods.
You don't need it.
I mean, you don't need it, but I mean, I know Chris Nolan, this isn't his wheelhouse, right? Like fantasy, sci-fi, it's not really his wheelhouse, right? So there's a little concern, but I'm ready for it. I'm up for it.
Well, I disagree. Batman is a fantasy. I think
Well, he grounded
How
Batman
dare
pretty
you.
hard in those
Yeah, no.
movies too.
Right.
He gave him
Weird
bad
time.
knees and had him retire for 7 years in the prime of his life.
Yeah,
It's
he
too
Right.
realistic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I like
great
the
film,
realism.
but
Other thoughts for those.
How
that
can you
haven't
guys
seen
stand
it?
the armor? It's just not historically accurate. You want to share my screen real quick?
I could
I
care
don't
less
care about
about that
that.
historical accuracy
Yeah, I don't
shit.
care.
I
It
mean,
looks
I
rad.
heard that's all I've been hearing online is people
Yeah.
crying about historical accuracy, and I'm
It's-
like,
it- they're-
I
it's
don't
like
care.
this. It's not
Yeah,
ostentatious enough for me.
yeah, nah, it looked good, man. I like the look of the trailer.
thought it was
Looks like
cool.
he's going for a big, scope. That first opening shot with like the little graves and everything.
I thought
looked
that was
great, man.
Achilles, by the way, because didn't Achilles, they were the Myrmidons or whatever, they wore like all black armor or whatever. Whatever, either way, that's Agamemnon. But
Yeah, as
it
long
was
as it's
super
entertaining.
understated.
Listen, man, it don't have to be historically accurate. As long as it's entertainment, I'm in.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah,
and it's
I'm-
also a fantasy, so how historically accurate can it really be?
how dare you?
right?
That's
The Iliad
exactly
is
right.
totally real.
We're talking
from
about
ancient history.
cyclopses and
Right.
There were a lot of white people in it. I mean, their clothes ain't gonna wash themselves. So that's what I'm saying.
My point is, if Cyclops is not whatever frame at a time Harryhausen motion capture, I'm not going to watch this.
They built the robot. They built a animatronic.
Action.
It's got to be stop action.
Rob,
Okay.
any
Right.
thoughts?
Well, I mean, as a trailer, I think Chris, he does give us stuff that's grounded in the real world. His lack of CG and everything. I don't think that trailer had any real energy in it. Other than
Yeah.
the guy getting pulled off the ship by the wave, which was really cool because clearly it's
Yeah, that was good.
practical.
No
But-
oomph, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it looked like Terrence Malick's The Thin Red Line to me, which
Yeah.
isn't a bad thing. But I if it's called The Odyssey, so they're on a boat and they're walking on the land. There wasn't a lot of Odysseying happening, and I think it's amazing to me how little when you talk about, like, I make jokes about how this is the sequel to Troy. And no one
Yeah,
knows what I'm talking about.
I got that joke.
I know, but it's so weird. It's so weird that people just don't know the Odyssey and the Iliad and the Odyssey anymore. They
Yeah.
don't know
Some people think
Did
the
it
Trojan
make-
Wars.
I
But
thought I saw somewhere on Twitter where someone says like, "Oh, they stole the Trojan horse thing from Troy."
Yeah, and it just, I mean,
They
it
ripped
just
off Troy.
stresses me. I mean, I think our level of general education has diminished so much from the time that I was in school that it's shocking when you realize that. Like, I made a joke about why didn't they just keep Sean Bean as Odysseus?
Right.
Well, actually, that's
why they
true.
recast him with Matt Damon?
You still could have had Sean Bean as Odysseus. It would have worked just fine.
Yeah, and Ray Fiennes
true.
played Odysseus in a movie that
Uh,
came out
The
this
Return?
year. The Return.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You got the main set pieces in the story. You've got him defeating the Cyclops, making the gods mad. Then there's the sirens, and then he gets trapped on an island for 10 years while his wife Penelope fends off suitors. And I mean, it's about it. And then he and his son comes back and helps him, and then he goes back to Ithaca, and then there's a massive action. There's going to be the massive action sequence in Ithaca, right, Rob?
yeah,
So
theoretically.
and then it turns out that Penelope actually didn't shtup anyone. I mean,
Yeah.
So
Very loyal.
I don't know. It's not like Hercules and the Argonauts.
No.
But I also think to Rob's point as well, like and I think I realized what this trailer is missing. It's missing adventure, man. Like
That's
you
what I'm
know,
saying, but that's
were
my
some,
point.
yeah, there were some cool scenes
I
here
like
and there, but like there was no feeling of adventure with this trailer. Where with the Odyssey, that's what it is, just one big adventure. Again, I trust Nolan. I think he'll deliver a good
It
film.
looks good.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
Well,
it's going to be good. But
he made Oppenheimer riveting, right? And that movie should have
Yeah.
been a bore, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
So like,
He made Dunkirk riveting about guys sitting on a beach
yeah.
right.
waiting to get rescued, and it worked.
So
Well-
I trust Nolan, but I do think the trailer is missing that element of like adventure. You know.
Yeah,
Well-
I'm not like this huge Nolan fan person, but I will agree with Robert. Like I waited to watch the trailer for the stream because I knew we were going to watch it, and I was expecting a lot more, especially with all the announcements and everything. I was like, okay, this is going to be really good. I'm looking forward to the trailer, and because I'm looking forward to this movie, and it was very underwhelming. It was just a really slow
flat.
trailer. I like that it was very grounded and gritty, but I was expecting to see more fantastical things in it, and just didn't see it. And I was like, okay, is this a teaser trailer? Is this an actual trailer? Because it was very underwhelming, and I was hoping for more. It looks good. It looks good. I like it, but it was very underwhelming.
I was waiting for the action sequence in Oppenheimer where he takes on Einstein and beats the living shit out of him, but they didn't show it.
In the Fight Club.
Yeah, in Fight Club.
Right.
That's exactly right.
Well, for those of you that are big Nolan fans, you've got an opportunity next year. January 15th, IFC will re-release Christopher Nolan's debut feature Following. The movie is from 1998. I saw it at the Slamdance Film Festival. I was on a panel with Chris Nolan that year at Slamdance. It's part of a series that Regal is doing, Back to the Beginning. It's January features origin stories and famous firsts, like the first features of directors like Nolan. And Following, definitely, I'm going to show the trailer for Following. It's the only DVD that ever came out of Chris Nolan's movies where he did a commentary track. He does not do commentary. He'll do behind the scenes, but he won't do commentary. And you'll see in this movie has kind of roots of the ideas of Inception and Tenet kind of come from this film. It's a black and white 16mm movie that Nolan shot over a summer where he had a day job. He could only afford one reel, like 400-foot mag of 16mm film. And when he shot like a 3-to-1 shooting ratio, when he was done shooting, when they ran out of film, they were done shooting. And he shot on weekends. So let's take a look at this trailer. The movie is 70 minutes.
Your eyes drift across a crowd of people, and they slowly stop and fix on one person, and all of a sudden that person isn't part of the crowd anymore. They become an individual, just like that. This became irresistible.
So you followed women?
I followed anybody. I just wanted to see where they went, what they did. It was supposed to just be completely random. You would never follow the same person twice. That was the most important rule. That was the one that I broke first. That's when the trouble started.
I got burgled yesterday.
What's it feel like being broken into?
You're developing a taste for it. Violating the wire is most definitely you.
That's it. I mean, if you've got any questions, then.
One or two.
So it'll be on the big screen in January, and you can actually find it on Tubi right now.
Wow.
Chris Nolan's first feature show. So I don't know. Are you guys going to go see Following?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might check it
will
out.
see it.
I
I'll
haven't.
see
That's
it.
the one movie I haven't seen of his.
Same.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
A lot of people haven't seen it. It never got a big release, but he went right from this and the next year. So he had this movie at 1998 at the Slamdance Film Festival, which takes place during Sundance, but it's kind of the punk rock kind of reaction to Sundance. The next year, he came back with Memento. So that was huge.
Criterion put out Following on Blu-ray.
Oh, that's awesome. I haven't heard that commentary, but he is there's a really good conversation with Dick Donner and Chris Nolan on the Dark Knight trilogy box set. That's really fantastic. Worth checking out. Hey, why streaming has ruined comedies? Why would you think that is?
Have they?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Wait,
wait,
Streaming comedy.
wait, streaming or Hollywood? Because you know,
No, let me get this is from the Chris Williamson podcast. I watch his show. He's a mega Chad, I'll say. I like that every time I watch him, he has like a different look. He's got like glasses or no glasses.
He's been experimenting this last year with fashion.
He's trying out different looks. I can't wait till he decides on one. But he has really great conversations.
Yes, he does.
Chris watches
Look at
all of
this
these,
set that he's
and he
got.
watches Rogan, and he does Ice Bass, and he does BJJ. So don't mess with him if you see him on the street.
But
Yeah, he's based.
Judd Apatow was on his recent show.
Why is he talking about comedy with Judd Apatow?
He had just some comments on how streaming is reshaping movies. Let's take a look.
Hey man, Superbad was a
me and a few of my friends have talked about, especially I'm 37. So for me, 40-year-old virgin, as an example, Anchorman, these comedy movies moved culture and created taglines that people still now are referring to. Like it's almost part of the lexicon, sort of modern Western language.
Yeah.
And I don't know the last movie from the comedy world that did nudge that, and it seems like something happened between 2010 to 15 to now, where you go, what was the last movie that people quoted by the water cooler ad nauseum? Like it was just part of the lexicon. What do you come to think about what's happened? There's this streaming stepping in, lack of box office, people being into their own niches, and nobody having the collective consumption that allows it to reach escape velocity at the same time. Have you considered that? Do you know the dynamic I'm talking about?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's pretty simple that in the old days, comedies would do really well on DVD. So because people like to own them and watch them over and over again. So if you made a movie like Anchorman, if it made $60 million, it would also make 60 on DVD. So it would be a big hit. And then when people switched to streaming, nothing replaced the DVD money, right? So now the bet is different. You have to make more in the box office to be a hit.
You're optimizing for opening weekend.
Yeah. So it's hard to know the numbers, exactly what the numbers are, but if you made a movie for 20 in the old days, if it made 40 and 40 on DVD, which adds up to 80, you're good. So now take away the 40, you made a movie for 20, it's made 40, but you also had to spend 20 million on marketing. And then suddenly it's negative or a wash, where studios can place a different kind of bet on a giant movie that costs $200 million. And they're hoping it makes $900 million, but they have every market in the world to sell it to. And the same for horror. On the other side, a horror movie might cost $5 million, and it can travel to other countries where a comedy doesn't always play well. In Bulgaria, it plays well.
Culturally specific.
Yeah. And so all those things just made studios go, we don't want to make as many bets on that. But then you get into a doom loop, which is the audience gets out of the habit of going. The writers start writing different types of movies because there's no money in it.
Being eaten up by the horror genre.
Yeah. And then they're not breaking new comedy stars because they're not giving people opportunities. So you don't get your next Adam Sandler or Amy Schumer because they're not taking the risk to give them the movie to prove they're a movie star. But it's always one huge hit away from reversing itself. So if someone made The Hangover right now, it would be gigantic. And then they would chase it a little bit.
Oh, this has proven that there is money to be made in that area of the world. So we will start to try and workshop more stuff that's like that.
Yeah. I mean, I always say it's like when they used to not make pirate movies because they thought no one wants a pirate movie. There was a big pirate bomb movie that Roman Polanski made with Walter Matthau. And so you hadn't seen pirate movies in forever. And then Pirates of the Caribbean happens. And then suddenly it's like the biggest thing. And that is how it works. It is cyclical. And you would think, with how rough the world is lately, that comedy would be the genre that would get bigger and bigger. But also I feel like the other genres decided to also be comedies. So the action movies are kind of like comedies and the dramas are kind of funny. And so everyone has pulled it in and the audience is like, yeah, a Marvel movie is basically a comedy for half of it.
He left out the biggest reason. Right.
Okay. What do you think of that?
Well, first of all, comedy should never be cyclical, right? Like comedy should always just be a mainstay when it comes.
Should be like horror.
So let's just put that out there. But I still disagree. I agree to some degree with the fact that DVD did help with repetition, right? With people watching them and then repeating the lines and all this other stuff. But streaming didn't kill comedy, right? Hollywood killed comedy.
No.
I mean, there's still, you can go back. I mean, there's still plenty of great comedies from the past.
You didn't get canceled for making
Hollywood
movie.
quit making them.
Right. But that's not because they were cyclical. Like everything he just said was true. And Matt Damon said this 10 years ago or whatever, that we lost, he said it on Hot Ones, that we lost DVDs. And that's what, that's all true, but that's true for just movies in general. The reason comedies dies is because you motherfuckers went politically correct and didn't want to offend anyone. You stopped being funny.
Exactly
because in order to be funny, as Paul can attest, you have to risk offending people. Otherwise it's not funny. It's milk toast.
So movies like Dave didn't offend anyone. It's one of my favorite comedies.
Kevin Kline, where he takes over as president.
Yeah. It's a great movie. Fantastic movie. So it's a question of variety, and it's a question of the fact that movies throughout history, up until recently, 25% of all movies that were released to the the theaters were comedy of
Mm-hmm.
all kinds, but there was a vast source of comedy. Broadway gave us an awful lot of, You Can't Take It With You. Neil Simons had an endless slate of Broadway plays that became movies. Arsenic and Old Lace. Books were on the New York Times bestseller list. There were comedy books. Now, we don't have a lot of this source material. The Marx Brothers came from the theater, and then that was all tested on live theater before they became movies. So we're missing written source material. We're missing plays as source material. We're missing acts that spent their entire life becoming Bob Hope and Bing Crosby creating the road movies. We're not doing the British had the Ealing Studios, which had some of the best comedies of all time. We're not getting the road movies, Road to Bali, Road to Zanzibar, all these horrific British comedies. So, and I think you need that ecosystem for comedies to exist, but there's an awful lot of decision makers out there that don't have a sense of humor. And I don't think they really like comedy. We need all kinds of comedy. They get it. And then our heroes are now gone. They're older. They're not interested in doing comedies. Farrell is gone. Ben Stiller is gone. Will Ferrell's movie on Netflix was actually not too bad. The one that was the Eurovision, the Icelandic Eurovision one was kind of cute. But the what was it? Speaking of Judd Apatow, his movie Bubble on Netflix was just an abomination.
Terrible.
Like that was
Paul. But what about the rise of how popular stand-up specials are on Netflix?
Yeah, that's true.
we've lost.
Yeah, I don't count them though.
Right. But I think that comedy isn't dead per se in the entertainment space.
No,
because stand-up is doing really well. But I do think that look, I don't know if you guys saw Joyride.
Oh yeah, love that movie.
That movie was hilarious.
Yeah,
Joyride. With the two girls, with the
Asian girls.
That movie, I thought that, and also Bottoms was really, really funny.
Yeah, that was good.
And I thought those two films, they both bombed. Like nobody, no, and Joyride was a filthy teen comedy. Those girls were absolutely.
So was Bottoms, for crying out loud.
And Bottoms was filthy too. I mean, even Marshawn Lynch was in Bottoms, and I was like, I thought Joyride was going to be a huge hit because you had the female perspective, and it was so unapologetically filthy. And now you've got that show that the girl who made Shiva Baby. Oh, I Love L.A.
Yeah,
have you seen that?
I've seen it. I've seen the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, then that seems to be going somewhere. But I do think part of the problem is that our civilization has changed. Yeah. No one has a sense of irony, and people don't want to be. They're too fragile. They can't understand that if people are making fun of you, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person or that you're everyone seems to be. There's no irony. There's no satire. Nobody can laugh at themselves. It's really weird.
I just feel like we need a wall of comedy that prevents them from complaining, or any complaint that they have just bounces off and we just don't give a fuck. We don't have this onslaught of comedy that's telling all these assholes, go away. We don't care what you think. That's right. We're not getting that.
I think we're losing a lot of the controversy.
Because of lack of, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I feel like it's the lack of controversy in comedy too. Like all the movies you mentioned, they're very like DEI forward, and I wonder if they just didn't do well because people saw that on the surface and were like, it's just going to be another one of those
classes.
Maybe,
and or you ruined everyone. Right.
Right.
You said it was female focused. Right. It was female focused.
Right.
You burnt us out on 10 years of girl bosses.
What's been missing is
who are the talented,
one at a time, folks.
Sorry about that. Who are the talented young comedians right now, and where are they? If you see guys like Drewski and Kai Cenat, they're on streaming, they're doing their own thing because they don't have to worry about Hollywood putting up with, I'm not going to put, like Drewski just did the white face joke, and everybody was like, oh my God, this is terrible, but it's hilarious. It was funny. I loved it.
It was hilarious.
It was hilarious. So, like, if you can't do that in Hollywood, Drewski's just better off. Hey, I'm just going to do my own thing, and I'm not going to go to Hollywood. So Hollywood is starting to become more and more culturally irrelevant because they put up these barriers and guardrails to saying, well, you can't do this kind of comedy or that kind of comedy. So the really funny, smart, talented comedians, they're like, I'm just going to do my own thing on my own channel.
classes.
I can build up my own platform. I don't have to worry
But
about
also,
Hollywood.
I mean,
and therefore
bring-
Hollywood loses out on a top, talent.
To bring Rob's point into it, it's, you mentioned two really funny movies. What I miss in comedic creators are the white male Canadians who used to be the guys who made all comedies back in the
Ivan
80s.
Reitman.
Yeah. And there seems to be that gatekeeping that says that and it's a holdover from DEI that another white guy making another comedy.
Well,
they
we still
were
have
good
like
at-
Schitt's Creek and Letterkenny and that stuff was
Release
You
the
don't- you don't see
Canadians.
that anymore. That's the
Release
thing.
the Canadians. I think it's too bad that Rob Reiner's not going to be making anymore. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. When we've got Shane Gillis just did Tires recently. That show's pretty funny. I
Funny.
don't know if y'all watched that. Like some of these guys are starting to do things, and I wonder if they're going to work their way over more into the
Naked
movie
Gun,
theater space.
they tried.
Right. It was okay.
But what's
I
interesting,
like-
I mean, Shane Gillis is still semi-canceled. He's
Right.
No,
he's,
he's
right.
he's getting
They
hold on, he's getting a success through the back door, not through your traditional means.
Right.
And
But
I
that
think that's
traditional
what
is
it's
gone.
going to have to be.
That's what
I
I'm
think
talking
it's
about.
these Kill Tony guys who are going to be the guys who are going to be.
But
making
Alan, what
comedy.
does that
Right.
And
fucking mean?
hold on,
He
it's
has
all going to be
Netflix-
done. It's all going to be done at the independent level.
Right, but everything you just said was wrong. He's not canceled. He's got Netflix specials and shows. He's routinely on the biggest podcast in the world. He was just on Saturday Night Live again. He's not fucking canceled. He's the spokesperson for Bud Light beer because they went back to our money. So that's the point. We're in a place now where you can't even be canceled anymore.
He kind of uncanceled
I
himself.
mean, that speaks to the fact that I think the canceled are starting to get uncanceled, but he had been canceled. He had been canceled for a very long time. He got booted off of Saturday Night Live because of some things he said on a podcast.
Right.
And
Then he went right
the
back on.
tide, and to your point, the tide is turning. But Shane Gillis is not getting, Disney is not coming to Shane Gillis.
But
Warner
also,
Brothers is not
there-
coming to Shane Gillis.
There
Right.
are funny shows, TV shows, right? But I think we're talking about movies here, right? We're
Right.
talking about theatrical releases. I think studios are fine with greenlighting a TV show, a comedic TV show.
They're scared of the risk.
But as far as movies go, they're not doing that, right? And that's the problem. So, and yeah, I mean, Derek kind of made a good point. Like, who are the new young, hotshot comedians, man? Like, I remember even back in the day, not even that far back, where Jonah Hill and Michael Cera were the new comedy guys because of like Superbad and movies like that, right? But
And Rogan and Franco.
who's doing comedy today? Like, who are the guys that you go to if you want to make a funny movie right now? Who do you go to?
Yeah.
Lorne Michaels.
And Badger, to your point, who do they turn to reboot the Muppets? Seth Rogen. I mean, that's
Right,
where
yeah, that's
Hollywood is
where
going
you
to.
go.
These guys
They're
who
going
are,
to Seth
who are just
Rogen.
safe.
You're right. They
Follow,
go to
who
Seth
bend the
Rogen
knee and
and
follow
that's it.
the rules.
And they all
Right.
kind of did that to themselves. Like when you mentioned Will Ferrell, bro, when I think of Will Ferrell, I just think of him being unfunny now and making Netflix documentaries with his trans friend.
Yeah.
I don't think funny. You know what I'm saying? Like they all kind of ruined their thing.
Well, they all have their art. They all have their time.
Right.
Right.
Everyone has their time.
And that's so many of them seem to be like just afraid to take those risks. So it's like I think about y'all remember when The Interview came out and that movie got canceled and wasn't allowed to be released when Rogan and Franco did that, making fun of Kim Jong-un. Like we don't get that anymore. And I think that was one of the things, especially for film, that made comedy thrive was taking those risks and those chances. And that's what brought people into the theaters. Like, oh, this is going to be crazy as shit. I have to see it. And
So
we don't
he's
get that
right.
anymore.
When Judd Apatow said about the DVDs, okay, that's fine. They don't want to take chances because they know they don't have the guarantee. But also, you don't want to offend people by having Robert Downey Jr. dress up as a black man or have fucking what's his face, Bradley Cooper said paging Dr. F slur because you can't make those jokes anymore. So there's a whole group that I would argue was sizable in the comedy that just got taken out, and then all that's left is the Daves and the Mrs. Doubtfires. But these motherfuckers don't know how to write subtlety and nuance and shit like that. So you don't get those either. So you get nothing.
Right, and you've got the Spanish actor, what's his name, who was in F1.
Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem,
Oh, yeah.
who obviously, clearly, right now is mad at the Coen brothers who gave him that haircut and now doesn't like Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So say what you want. They're funny people.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're
The long and short of it is the Hollywood studio system just doesn't see value in comedies anymore. Like
No.
that's really the problem. They see no value in it.
Yeah, but I
Because
like him
I think there's
too.
plenty of comedians. I think there's plenty of directors who want to do comedies. I think there's plenty of people who want to do comedy, and I think studios are the ones saying, "No, we're not going to do this."
Yeah. See, I liken comedies to horror films. You can make them for the same amount of money.
Yeah.
And you can have a wide diversity of comedy.
Yeah, but not when you're hiring Jennifer fucking Aniston or whoever's
But do
taking like
people want to
20
go
Right,
watch
but the
those
dollars are
comedies?
there.
Like
The market
horror,
is there.
people will show up
Yeah.
for a cheap horror movie.
Like
all right?
American
Will
Pie,
they show up
and
for a
Road
cheap-
Trip.
Will they show up for a
They
cheap
wouldn't make
comedy
those
like that?
anymore.
Like some of the
I think
horror
if the
movies,
concept's
they'll
there.
make them for like 10 million, and then they'll make like 80, 90, $100 million. It's like that's a huge win. Like, are
Well-
people showing up to comedies like that?
The Jennifer
difference.
Lawrence film was a good attempt, but it just wasn't well written.
Yeah, I
The,
agree.
the one where she was deflowering, great
Yeah,
premise.
Yeah.
But that's the
Absolutely
thing.
fantastic.
Bad
Come on.
horror movies, even
And she was
shitty horror
hot.
movies, people show up for those. People will go and watch because they just want to
Well,
be scared.
But horror movies have a truth to them. The truth is if they're scary or interesting, or both, hopefully both. Like Weapons had an interesting premise that was so weird and gonzo. People go and they feel satisfied when they walk out of it. I mean, with a comedy movie, even the very premise
You have to
are
defend it.
the
Yeah.
premise is compromised these days because so much of it you have where in some way, shape, or form it's going to offend somebody. And our civilization has become deeply unfunny.
Yeah.
In the sense that we're a joke. I mean, humanity has become a ridiculous joke of itself. You have to believe in a principle in order to make something work. We don't believe in anything anymore. So we don't even believe in our own country. So it's very difficult to then send up something that you don't believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Like we used to be able to make political comedies. Like I remember seeing Robert Redford in The Candidate back in the day. And you would watch these films, but we live in a world where a political satire is not nearly as biting as our reality that we live in. And so we have an ongoing drama if you made a movie about the release of the Epstein files would get released. And
That'd be a hard comedy, Rob.
You'd see, but what I'm saying is you would actually release them and the public would have to deal with the aftermath. Now the Epstein files get released and they're all redacted. And that in itself that's the joke. That's the comedy. The Epstein files got released and they're redacted.
I mean, Dr. Strangelove.
Well, that's the whole thing. We live in a Kubrickian farce that is more sad and disturbing than anything you could send up comedically.
But Rob, with that said, though, I guarantee you, if there were a studio right now that had the balls to make a movie that was considered the most offensive movie in history, people will show up to watch that comedy. I guarantee it. Because there are more base people, I think, than there, at least than there used to be, right? I think if they said this movie will offend everybody, guarantee you there will be asses and seats to watch that comedy.
Think what's more offensive than the world we're living in today?
It could get offensive.
But it doesn't have to be offensive.
It could get pretty offensive.
Not to be pitching anything to you guys, but I just finished writing a movie where someone puts together an AI application with the effect that it makes all computers and digital systems in the world absolutely 100% fair, and the world collapses because the world can only work if people are cheating each other and there's crime and child exploitation. And the ending is the world has to return back to its horribleness, because the perfect world that this system, that this person created, was worse. So that's the gist of this screenplay. It's very funny and depressing.
I'd like to read it, Paul, but I have two things. One, I think The problem is that in comedy, people are gutless about really mocking what's in the zeitgeist.
Sure.
SNL, for example, I'd like to show a video that was on SNL recently because breaking news, SNL did something funny, actually funny with Ariana Grande. I'm going to show this in a second, but I think it's the zeitgeist that's missing. SNL missed a huge opportunity to make fun of a guy that not even all there being president.
Yes,
It's
correct.
Weekend at Biden's could have been a running bit.
Yeah.
They made, since I've been watching SNL since I was a kid in the 70s, they made fun of every single president, but we got to Obama and somehow that stopped. Let's not make fun of the president. Let's not make fun of Biden. You got to make fun. Comedy is rooted in truth. That's why it resonates. It's a truth we all accept. Things and so that's where they're missing the zeitgeist. People are gutless about addressing what's in the zeitgeist. The other thing he talks about, not actually investing in comedians. Like look at Second City. I grew up watching that. Second City was so good, and everyone on a Second City ended up being in movies and other projects. It was a great proving ground for that. And the proving ground, like a small comedy, you kind of test some talent. I mean, could you make a Cannonball Run today with some of the biggest comedians? Maybe. I don't know. But I want to share this video. We're going to have to cut it out. I'm sorry. But we are going to have to cut this out.
Because you'll get slammed.
It's well, SNL, they always
copyright claim.
Yeah,
they always copyright claim. So this is going to get cut out. But look this up. It's the true ending of Home Alone.
Oh, I love this. Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, no, don't. No spoilers. We're
Okay.
going to watch. This is the actual ending to Home
Actually,
Alone.
there's something funny.
It's not like they can't make comedy.
No.
You have to have the will.
I stopped watching. I was watching it forever, even during the doldrums and when everyone was saying it wasn't funny, up until the moment when a third of the cast decided they weren't going to perform with Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And I went, wow, these aren't comedians.
Yeah,
these
that was
are
annoying.
activists.
Yep.
They can go F themselves. I'm sorry.
And that's why comedies died, because we have a bunch of activists who won't write truth, be
Or perform with
type.
people.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, Elon Musk. He's a billionaire. You don't like him. What? I'm sorry.
As we wrap up the show, let's talk about next.
But that was
year.
funny.
The most anticipated movies of 2026.
Ooh.
This is according to our friends. Yes.
What's on the
over at
list?
Rotten Tomatoes. That's what we're going to look at. What is on this
Rotten
list?
Tomatoes. They have scores already.
Well, no,
Oh,
they've
man.
made a list of the movies coming out next
By the way,
year.
these are always the worst list in the
They
world.
have the worst
Like,
list.
always.
Oh my
Well,
god! I can't wait to see
This is another one. Let's take a look at these. We'll start from the top. The most anticipated movies. We'll start with this. It's the Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, this will
is
be
a
big.
movie.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
gonna
looking
be
forward to
huge.
that one.
Yeah.
Huge.
Greenland?
Look, I
Yeah,
like,
Bond.
I like
waiting for that
Greenland.
You're going
Greenland
through
2.
January, right?
I
This is
saw
January.
Yeah.
Greenland. Greenland 2,
Yeah.
I'm not sure we really needed this.
I'm looking forward to
28
that. I like that.
years later, the Bone Temple. Thoughts?
Nope.
I don't really care.
No,
I
I
didn't
don't
like
care
the
at all.
28 years later movie.
Especially the director.
It's gone
The-
full Walking Dead.
The Rip.
I'm very excited about this.
Jacked
actually.
Ben Affleck with a gun. Let's go.
These are just
Yeah.
movies in January. Most
Yeah, it's going.
anticipated.
It's going month by month. It's going month
Right.
by month.
Well, this is going to take forever. Then Send Help. Now that trailer
I'm looking
looks
forward
yeah.
to this.
This
I'm
looks
looking forward to this
clever.
one.
I need
Good
to look at
trailer.
that trailer.
Sam
Sonic
Raimi, baby.
Yeah,
Oh.
Send Help looks good.
Goat looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's about a goat.
No, thank you.
Is that the Steph Curry movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Wuthering Heights.
Nah.
We need another Wuthering Heights.
The Elvis in concert.
Nope, don't need it.
Is that
Nah.
actual Elvis?
burn in love.
It's the Yeah. Now we watched this trailer.
This is wild.
This looks
Horrible.
weird. It looks like it's for kids though.
Yeah, they kill
Yeah.
him off in
Yeah.
the first 10 minutes.
I was just saying that this movie would make a better animated film than a
It
live
is
action
animated.
animated film.
For the most
Live
part.
action animated.
This should have been
They're
Babe, Pig in the City instead. This should have just been the Cromwell and Mike Cromwell.
Scream 7.
Absolutely not.
No,
No
Jenna
watch
Ortega.
Here.
No.
Now this
This
I've
one I'm
seen
looking
that
forward
one
to.
I'm looking forward to.
The
Yeah.
Bride,
Yeah.
directed by Maggie
So
Gyllenhaal.
they're just listing off all the movies that the studios are putting out.
Yeah, this is
But
basically
this
what
trailer
this
looks
is.
interesting.
Oh,
That's
Alan Hoppers.
Hoppers, yes, yes.
Propaganda.
Is this
This
Pixar?
looks terrible.
This is Pixar, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic.
Can't you
Something,
tell?
something trans propaganda.
From Toy Story to Hoppers.
Reminders of Him. Is this a sequel to Him?
Don't know.
Oh, yeah.
they
This
just-
one looks
it's
like a
just
Hallmark
clips of the
movie.
first movie.
We watched this, The Breadwinner.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Mom. It's a remake of Mr. Mom. Effective.
Is that the guy from the Ben
Nate-
Shapiro channel?
Yeah, Nate Bargatze.
I saw him live
Oh,
like
Nate.
last month.
Oh,
I think
he's funny.
So
I
it's a
like him.
comedy.
Yeah, it's just yeah, it is a comedy. It's just
But,
the
but
trailer.
he's a very good stand-up.
Yeah, the trailer's
Yeah.
just not that exciting.
And
Yes,
Project
Project
Hail
Hail
Mary.
Yeah.
Looking
Absolutely.
forward to
Cannot
this.
wait.
That's the
Cannot
first
wait.
movie I care about. That's
Yeah,
coming
I
out
agree.
next year. First one.
See, they make comedies.
And then Super Mario Galaxy. Then we have
Oh,
Ready or Not
yeah.
2.
Oh,
Yeah,
That
I'm excited
trailer
for
looked
this.
good.
The trailer is awesome. Yeah. I love the first movie. This one is on
I'm
my
in.
big top
Yeah,
10
same.
list for sure.
yeah,
Michael.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
absolutely.
looking forward to Michael.
Okay.
absolutely.
I've seen the trailer in a theater, and people they're up for this.
It
This
played
could
very
make-
well.
This could make $1 billion. This
Yeah.
have you seen the views on YouTube for this?
No,
Yeah,
Kings
no.
of Hot.
Insane number of
International for this is going to be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This will be
Mhm.
the first. Well,
Is this Lionsgate?
correct. Lionsgate.
I don't think they've ever had $1 billion movie.
Let's see. We have The Devil Wears Prada.
It'll do well. I'm not looking forward to it, but it'll do
Why?
well.
Yeah.
Why do we need
The
this?
first one was good enough.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
Can't
Kombat
wait.
2.
Yes,
I'm
Yeah.
excited for it.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I did
Look,
like
they
the
bumped
first
it
one,
back.
but
They bumped it back. It was supposed to be October.
did.
Remember? They
Yeah.
bumped it
Right.
back
Yeah.
because they think this is going to be good.
But we all wanted Johnny Cage, and so they're like, okay, here's your Johnny Cage.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the fact
This
that that
movie's gonna
and Street
flop.
Fighter in the same year.
It's going
The
to be a flop.
Mandalorian and Grogu.
that's
Who's
not
up
gonna
for it?
flop.
I
Picture,
want
I don't
Mortal
know what it is.
Kombat to do better than the Mandalorian and Grogu, honestly.
I
Don't
agree
worry,
with
it
that
will.
as well. Yes.
Yes.
I
It's gonna
saw
flop.
an extended trailer now in theaters of Mandalorian and Grogu. It looks dumb. It looks
Yeah.
really dumb.
It also looks cheap.
It
It
looks
does look
cheap.
cheap. It
That
looks
little
very
fight
cheap.
scene at the end was like the wrestling or whatever. That was
Yeah.
like CGI
You mean
slop.
when the puppets flip around and
Yeah,
No,
it
Even
looks-
the
it looks
CGI,
bad.
yeah, no, it's.
Okay, June. We have Masters of the Universe.
Oh, yeah.
Why did they use the old picture?
That
Yeah,
is
you're
not
right.
an accurate
I know,
picture
I'm-
of.
That is not.
That came from the 80s.
Hey,
Oh,
look, I'm looking forward to it anyway.
Yeah, Jared
Spielberg.
Leto.
Spielberg.
This is
Spielberg.
crazy.
Disclosure Day. Not a great trailer.
It's weird.
Mhm.
It's sci-fi.
What do we think? We're halfway through the year.
I'm Spielberg all the way. I'll give him a shot.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm pretty mad on this list so far.
He does terrible sci-fi. I'm sorry.
Scary
comedy.
Movie 6. Let's go.
Oh, that's
Scary
right.
Movie
They are making a new one. Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah.
Wayne's
Looks
forward to
Brothers,
it.
better than
right?
Scream
I
7.
like the other ones.
Yeah.
That'll
funny.
be fun.
I'd rather see
Yeah.
this than
Comedy,
Scream
y'all.
7.
Comedy. Go support comedy.
There you go.
Toy Story
No.
5 were the
Pixar has
main
2
nemesis.
movies coming out.
The
Oh, who
main
saw-
the main nemesis is an iPad.
No, no.
Screen.
So have you guys seen the trailer to this? I didn't know this
Yes.
existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is
Yeah.
the trailer any good?
And we can
you know,
watch
No,
it.
it's just,
mean, they're
it's just an
back.
iPad.
It's
It's an
we can
iPad as
watch
a
it.
gift.
It's definitely a teaser because none of the characters talk in the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll
go
throw
check
up
it out.
if you want to watch. We'll watch it.
We didn't need another one after 3.
Here we go.
Exactly. It ended at 3.
Ship it. Oh, Pixar's even. Oh, there it is.
Bonnie, there's a package for you. you. Hi there, I'm Lilypad. Let's play.
It's ripe for satire.
To its
So-
credit, all the Toy Stories are about the existential threats to toys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She's gonna be an iPad kid. Bonnie, with all of the imagination, is gonna turn into a mindless drone iPad kid.
And then we also have, of
like
course,
real kids are today.
Supergirl,
Flop.
Moana live action,
Gonna flop.
Supergirl
I don't
in
think it'll
July, Minions 3,
Minions.
Mega
That's
Minions.
gonna do
Minions
well.
will do
That
good.
looks like
Do
an
you remember
orgy.
that the Moana trailer got ratioed?
Yeah.
Right.
It got destroyed.
And it's coming out
Yeah.
twice, apparently.
The Odyssey, which
I think the Odyssey's going to do well.
Yeah, I think so too.
Spider-Man, Brand New Day.
Okay.
I'm looking more forward to that than Doomsday.
Oh, they put him back
maybe-
into the. No, that's,
We got the stream is down.
Oh no.
What?
What?
Yeah, the stream is down
For Toy Story?
for Toy Story. It'll come back here.
Wow.
Yeah, the stream is down.
sorry.
What? This stream?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
You're right.
smokes.
Yep.
Freaking Disney.
It says stream
Or
unavailable.
is it for the SNL clip? Maybe.
It could be
Probably
that.
SNL clip.
Could have been SNL.
All right. Well, we'll keep going, and then
Or on
we'll wrap
Rumble.
up. We're on
Yeah.
Rumble.
All right.
Darn, I was gonna start saying F slurs. All right, fine.
Paw Patrol, the Dino movie. Clayface comes
Good
out
luck.
September 11th.
Nah, I don't have any confidence in that.
Yeah.
October, Digger.
Don't know what that is.
That trailer is wild.
Oh, that
I'm
looks
curious.
Weird.
That's with
Last
Tom Cruise
Airbender.
in it, though.
Yeah.
Later.
There we go.
There we go.
Good.
Heck yeah.
November, we have Cat in the Hat.
Another one.
Yeah.
I don't. Care.
Another
Looking
one.
forward to it.
Another one.
Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping. I just saw the trailer.
Is that really the title?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. See what it's about. Or
That's
to
the
see how
Haymitch one.
It's the new one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's the
looking
one on
forward to
Haymitch.
that. I
I'm
actually
looking
like
forward to that
Haymitch's
one.
character. Yeah.
J-Lo
Violent
coming
Night.
I
back.
didn't really care for Songbirds and Snakes.
Violent Night 2.
3. Oh,
Or-
2. Yeah.
No, it's
This
2.
too. Yeah.
Jumanji
Jumanji.
3.
Wow.
Oof.
people still care
Avengers
about Jumanji.
Doomsday and Dune Part 3.
All right,
What
we're
do we
back up on
think?
YouTube.
Oh, we're back up? Okay.
We're back up on YouTube.
All
A whole
right.
bunch of
What-
meh.
Dune Part 3. Dune Messiah. They're not calling it Dune Messiah. It's
By the
Dune
way,
Part
thank
3.
you, Robert, for those spoilers that you gave everyone while we were. Thank you. I appreciate that. I could not believe they would bring that
Those
person
are the
back.
best
Doomsday now.
spoilers.
Like I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to Doomsday now. Thank you.
You got me.
Right.
Okay, now
What are
Doomsday.
you talking
and
about?
Dune Part 3. What do we think? I think Dune Part 3 moves. I think it moves.
Yeah, it's gonna move. I think they said sometime in October or November.
Yeah.
They're changing the name
I've
to
heard the rumor.
Doomsday.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. But next year is already shaping up to be better than this
Yes.
past year, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Overall, I would say the tone of the slate of movies feels better.
Hollywood will fix in 2026. Just you wait.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then they go on strike.
Survive till
Yes.
25. fix
Yeah,
till
remember?
26.
2027 gonna be.
Where was Good Luck? What was it? Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my most anticipated movie, man. I'm
That's
looking
going to be
forward
good.
that.
That's going to
Yeah,
be good.
I'm looking forward to that. That
Let's
looks like
do-
a lot of fun.
Let's do one last story before we wrap up real quick. Entertainment industry rejection of white men. This is a story that's gotten a lot of discussion. It's called The Lost Generation by Jacob Savage. He wrote this story. He was an aspiring screenwriter. It's on a website called compactmag.com. We will link in the description. Badger, you have the notes.
The Lost Generation details entertainment industry rejection of white men. I'm writing about the moment the entertainment industry quietly changes the rules and how the change lands not only the powerful people at the top, but those of us trying to enter or advance from the middle. In Hollywood, the rise of DEI initiatives after the mid-2010s reshapes who gets hired, staffed, and promoted, particularly in television, and the exact moment the business itself is shrinking. The people who already have power keep it, the latter disappears beneath them. What I see rather is not older white men losing control, Studio heads, showrunners, producers, and executives largely remain untouched. The real shift happens down low, or lower down, where opportunity is supposed to begin. Entry-level and mid-career jobs in writers' rooms increasingly come with explicit or implicit mandates. Women and diverse candidates only. White men are not banned outright, but they are effectively excluded from the roles that once served as the path forward. I'm not blocked from the top, I'm blocked from the first rung. In television, this creates an upside-down system. I can pitch, develop, and even sell a show more easily than I can get staffed as a writer. Agencies circulate written staffing requirements that quietly remove white men from consideration for junior and mid-level positions. As a result, white men nearly vanish from lower-level writer rooms, while those who remain are veterans who entered the industry before the rules changed. You can sell a show before you're allowed to sit in the room. Film follows the same pattern. Fellowships, labs, diversity programs, and studio initiatives prioritize identity as a primary qualification. These programs are framed as expanding opportunity, but from where I stand, they function as locked gates. Scripts go unread, applications go unanswered, and rejection often arrives without explanation. It's not that your work isn't good enough, it's that it isn't needed. What makes this especially disorienting is that the industry continues to speak in the language of merit, hustle, and perseverance. I'm told to keep writing, keep networking, keep breaking through, even as the entry points narrow and the math stops working. No one announces the shift. You only discover it by repeatedly colliding with invisible walls. The rules change quietly, and you're expected not to notice. The outcome is not rage, but drift. Writers, assistants, editors, and creatives I know stop chasing institutional validation altogether. They move into podcasts, newsletters, independent production, YouTube, or leave the industry entirely. These choices are not ideological. They are pragmatic responses to an industry that no longer has room but refuses to admit it. People don't leave Hollywood because they fail. They leave because there's nowhere left to go. What I'm describing is not the correction of past injustice, but the creation of a new blind spot. Hollywood celebrates progress while quietly shredding a generation of would-be creators who arrive too late, fit the wrong demographic profile, and lack the power to say out loud without consequences. The silence isn't an accident, it's part of the system. In the entertainment industry, I am not watching opportunity expand, I am watching it reroute, bypassing people like me entirely, leaving behind a Hollywood hollowed out middle that no amount of branding or virtue language can conceal. This is what exclusion looks like when it wears the language of progress.
Yeah. So this story's gotten a lot of discussion. The writer, it's a very long, those are just the highlights. It's a very long article worth reading. I'm really discussing how opportunities are thin, far between. I can tell you for a fact, I was rejected. I was pitching a cartoon show years ago and looking for new representation. And the manager who was looking to rep me said, "I'm sorry, you're white." I didn't think much of it at the time. This was in 2012.
Male and pale is stale, Chris.
Male and pale was a real thing. And I've got other friends that have told me specifically that they've had issues where and what they've done, everyone, two things. One, they've either left the industry entirely and said, I'm going to do something else. Or what they've done is gone independent and said, F it. If the industry won't give me an opportunity, I'll make my own. That's the way to go. But I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it.
I wanted to show this chart.
Oh, please.
Yeah, the third column there, low-level TV writers. In 2011, white men comprised 48%, 2024, 12%.
Wow.
They go on to show law school graduates and medical students.
Well, the guy ends the
it's
piece.
all about gatekeeping. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The guy ends the piece in kind of a really sad way where he aspired to work in entertainment, wanted to be a writer, and he's like, he's past, like, they're not interested in him. It's very clear.
And
I
why?
mean, according to Grace Randolph, there's too many white men in Hollywood. So
right.
12% is too much.
Well, as long as the
Well,
white
they
people
won't
are
have
replaced
to,
by
so they-
Asians, I think we're okay.
Yeah.
We've heard.
I'm just saying it's real. And
Yeah.
I can tell you, someone I know that pitched a Marvel TV show, they loved the pitch. They loved the two writers. It was two white guys, and they rejected it on that basis. It's happened to too many. People are afraid to speak out. I'm saying read this article. You're not alone.
I've read it.
And I'll also add, make your own opportunity. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
that's what's going
well,
to
that's
happen.
exactly what I was saying. The same thing about the comedians. You know, it's like once you start putting up these guardrails and you start restricting, you know, what can come in, then they just go elsewhere. You know, the comedians,
Right.
the talent, then you lose the talent. All right. Now the talent is not in Hollywood like it used to be, because Hollywood would have been the, you know, the mecca of talent. And like, hey, we all got to get to Hollywood. Everybody was trying to get into Hollywood. But then when Hollywood puts up guardrails, okay, then I'm just going to make my own lanes. And now independent will take off streaming and everything else that you see out there. So, yeah, I mean, it's not surprising to hear that.
But Hollywood has always had these guardrails, man. I mean, this is how, like, quote unquote, black cinema came about, right? Because they weren't letting us in. So all of a sudden we started making our own stuff, like back in the late 70s and the 80s. And, you know, and that's where the term, black movie came from, was because black folks were like, hey, you know what? If you're not going to, you know, take us in and have us be part of this, then we'll just do our own thing.
We're gonna have a white
Hollywood has
exploitation
always
film.
had guardrails as far as who they let in and who they don't. It's just that now, you know, they flipped it, and it's white guys who they're excluding, which is weird. Because you know, Hollywood will never learn its lesson that, hey, just don't exclude anybody and let people do their own thing. But
we need to make some
just
white
produce the good
exploitation movies.
There's always been these stupid guardrails that Hollywood has had.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Hollywood forever always required you to make yourself valuable. That's really the number one job that you have. Make yourself valuable, and stuff will come from that.
Well, Paul, then it was about talent, right? Back then you had to have talent.
Okay.
Now it's not even about that. Now it's literally about what box do you check.
Yeah. The only way to make yourself valuable now is to either like be a woman, a person of color. That's what they value now. You
Well,
know?
there was what was that?
You know?
Paul, you'll remember what was that Woody Allen movie where he had like where he was a writer that couldn't write. It was during the McCarthy era, and he couldn't write. And
paper.
And he just hired someone. He got hired to sort of be a face person for someone who was on the blacklist.
Wasn't that a Woody Allen movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's what I just said. Anyways, maybe that's what you do.
The Front.
The front.
That was a great movie. Woody Allen didn't direct that one, though. I believe he was an actor.
That's what you should have did with your cartoon pitch.
That's
Chris.
what I should do.
You should have got Dante to be the front man for that whole situation. You would have been good, man.
Mexican Iron Man actually contemplated having an agency that will front you all sorts of ethnic and sexually diverse individuals
Oh my god.
to pitch your stuff. Talk to Mexican Iron Man.
Somebody needs to write that comedy,
Yeah.
man. That's hilarious. Somebody
Yeah.
needs to write that.
The problem with all of that is none of that correlates to whether someone is talented or good at what they do.
No,
True.
And that
Right.
when it comes right down to it, I mean, if you really look at it, just the demographics, the thing that's frustrating about this, and having been a white man working in Hollywood since 1989, the problem is the demographics in America, especially, are not. Everybody is not equal in terms of the numbers of people that want to get into the entertainment business.
Right.
You know, there's if you just look at the breakdown, 14% of America is black, for instance, right? You guys?
Yep.
Okay. Of that 14%, how many people in the black community are crazy enough to try and pursue a profession that has no security, that is the horror that is Hollywood? The people that pride eating, desperate. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible way to make a living.
Right.
But of that 14%, how many people that are black are being kept away? I would say zero. Zero are being kept away. The people that want to get into it will go into it because they will endure the horrors of trying to get into that profession, and they will follow their bliss and they will follow their artistry. And like anyone else, the people that succeed, not everyone's going to be Ryan Coogler, but there's a lot of people. You have your Anton Fuquas, you have the people that have really persevered and made something of themselves. And I would say that there's probably just as many people who are Black that are represented based on the demographics of America. F. Gary Gray. There are people that command A-list budgets in Hollywood. Ryan Coogler, man, he can get himself a $200 million budget if he wants. How many people who are working at that level? If you look at the top 20 directors, all of whom have made tentpole properties, I would say if you looked at the demographics, probably Black representation on that top 20 is pretty much in line with American demographics. And yet there's this myth that somehow people are being kept away.
Well, there needs to be a true breakdown of the demographics in this country. There's a rumor that there was a document out there called the Reflection Report saying that there is that sort of complaint that every time you see an ad, it's always a mixed race couple.
Right.
It's all, and it's so constant. The stats on the,
and it's always in one direction. It's always a white dude with a very light-skinned Black family. It's the Running Man thing. And then there's no chemistry between them. It's obvious.
Anyways,
I'd rather just see an all-Black family, which I've been seeing more, an all-Asian family,
but you
to
see
show families
all the time. It's almost like a cliche. Like it's weird when you see like an all white family or a white couple in a commercial because you never see it. It's almost,
you know why that
weird.
is?
Yeah,
because
why?
the companies that are promoting their products don't talk to each other, to other companies, and so they have their own mandate, their own ideas, their own virtue signaling. So they all do it, and they do it the same way. Up here in Canada, for some reason, we've now shifted to Black and Asian. Every couple is Black and Asian. That's where we are right now here in Canada. But these are individual companies that are making these decisions.
Probably the other way, Alan.
and move to Canada, Alan. And you'll get worse.
And again,
they don't talk to each other. They don't have a pool that says, "Oh, we've now reached the limits of the population percentage that our country now exists in. We no longer have to do this, and the commercials for the rest of the year are all going to be white." They don't talk to each other.
Well, it goes back to like not learning the lessons, right? Again, yeah, there are more interracial couples now than there ever were in history, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But again, instead of just showing like a mixture of same race, mixed race, they always kind of, it's like, like Dave Chappelle said about habitual line steppers, right? It's like they can't just like go up to the line and stay at the line. They have to go past the line, right? So you can't have a mixture. Now it's just only mixed couples.
Right, and
or
find
gay, of course,
and find a competent male, straight male. Find a competent straight male in any ad now.
Good luck.
Never.
Good luck.
Yeah.
No, it's a good point.
Yeah. It's not like I want to see a TV show with all white people. There's plenty of those that already exist. But I mean, I just want to see it maybe more reflect kind of what's real. I like to see something that's just all Black people and no white people for one. That would be good.
I'm just glad that Taylor Sheridan got work, because gay people getting work in Hollywood, that's a hard slog.
Right. But just I don't know. I think we think and talk about all this stuff, race, a little too much, but these stats are alarming.
Well, we talk about it, man, because they won't stop talking about it, right? I mean,
well, that's true.
If they just focus on quality, we would never be having these conversations.
Yeah, we're starting to come out of it. It's been 10 years. We knew all the studies. We knew all the DEI. Elon Musk shared all the things, and they're largely gone or obfuscated. But now you're seeing all the effects. Now we're stuck with an industry that has been gutted.
Well,
and
an industry that's been decimated by it.
Yeah.
Well, you look at something like the Sundance Film Festival or festivals in general. And because they are so consumed with box checking and that they must have 50% of the filmmakers and directors are women, they have to have that because they've done that. They've pushed out filmmakers that are very good who don't check that box. And it's made Sundance Film Festival coming up in January kind of irrelevant now that they've allowed too many films of lesser quality in, where at the end of the year we're not talking about that great Sundance movie that's going to go on to win Oscars. As we wrap up, let's go to our final comments here. And then if anyone needs to drop off, I'm sorry, we've gone late. Anyone just needs to drop off, let me know.
I do. I got to hop over to
Okay.
Monday Hangover. They're already
Blaine,
rolling, so I'm going to get over
Blaine, go to the Hangover, have fun. Go
Absolutely.
to
Nice meeting
Criticless.
you.
Merry
Yes, do that.
Christmas.
Thanks, guys.
Happy holidays, Blaine. See you soon.
there. Absolutely. Same to all
See
you
you
guys.
next
Y'all
year.
take it easy.
See you, man.
Yeah. See y'all next year.
Bye,
See you later. See you later.
Anyone
Fake
else?
though, $5. Oh yeah,
Anyone
does anyone else need to leave?
Let's
You know, I do want to just say that my
to
favorite
leave?
movies are white people movies.
Simu's going to be so upset you said that.
I mean,
For fake
look, white content is really good, and I've consumed a lot of it.
I've consumed a lot of Asian content, just so you know.
Not as much as white
Same
people.
here. I used to watch. I still watch a lot of movies that are only Asians.
Yeah,
I know, but those are imported. That's the problem.
Oh
Yeah, One Punch Man this year is terrible.
Oh, yeah, it is. Last Samurai Standing is great though.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is
yes,
good.
it is.
Oh, that is
Ooh.
really good. Yes.
For fake though, for $5, the game Assassin's Creed Odyssey is amazing. This trailer, not so much. Yes.
Thanks for fake.
Zodlander for 50 Swedish kroner.
again.
Gunverse, shit the bed, not rebooting in a good way. For fuck's sake, some characters from Snyderverse are still there. Peacemaker still connects to Snyder characters. Yes.
Yeah, I don't get that. It doesn't make
Second
sense.
season of Peacemaker was terrible.
Yeah. Oh, terrible.
Zodlander for another 20. Are there any Asians on that ship, Alan?
Yeah, they're cooking.
CV The Legend for $4.99. Is Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider in Doomsday? Zoom in Rob's face while asking the question. Hey, Robert, is Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider in Doomsday? His head says no, but his eyes say yes.
Yes.
Your skin is beautiful today, Robert. I just
So
want to say.
You're gonna get Robert in
Thank you.
trouble.
Thank you very much.
Jordan Pendragon for $4.99. The thing I dislike about modern historics now is that they look so dark, so much muted color. The scenery and costumes look so sullen and colorless.
I would agree.
By the way, Piers Morgan pronounces it Pendragon.
Did he really?
All right.
Yeah.
Pendragon. Sharon for 5 months. Sharon! Sorry, Nolan has gone full Hollywood schlock. Everything is blue and orange tinged. His armor is blue and front circles and helm have orange. Stop.
At least they don't have the Batman nipples on them.
Also, trailers get a different color grade sometimes, right? Don't they?
He's got work to do.
For fake though, became a YouTube member.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She
Shout out.
CG'd out the nipple.
My gosh, you have like, did you steal your mother's credit card or what?
Zodlander for 20 yeah, it's like $5. Why is DA not wearing his Christmas present cap?
Y'all on track.
Where is it?
Yeah, where is it?
It's Christmas.
Hold on.
Lord.
Put it on.
Oh
He sent
no!
him.
Here
Shamed
we
him.
go. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, we'll get to it.
English Bachelors for $5. If you made a 1970s comedy in the UK right now, you'd be more than likely to go to prison
That
than
is
Roman
very
true.
Polanski. Yes.
That's
for
very
sure.
true.
Yes.
Wow.
Sons of
That's
Shadow,
sweet.
shout out Jeff. For 2, example, Revenge of the Nerds.
Nice,
Yes, you could not
fun
make
movie.
that.
You
Yeah.
could never make that movie again.
Yes,
No.
they would. No consenting in that one.
No, you
the
couldn't
one
even do
age
trap shot.
The one train for $5. You know what will write and make comedies unapologetically? AI. Well done, Hollywood. You played yourself.
Oh my
Oh
God.
no.
All right.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, everybody together.
Oh,
Penis
wow.
to vagina.
Penis to vagina?
Oh man, the things you do. The things
Yes,
you do.
yes.
Yeah.
Stunning and brave. Get that
It looks
popsicle down
great.
or icicle or whatever.
Ah, God, don't remind me.
All right. Yeah, AI will make them unapologetic. We did this. Fearless Wolf for 10. Hollywood softens comedy because jokes risk money. Backlash scares advertisers, global markets, and contracts. When humor threatens revenue, it's managed like a liability, not art.
Thank you.
Someone said controversy creates cash.
Elf for 2 months says also Poor Things, better comedy than Blazing Saddles. You stop that.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm
Stop
sorry.
that.
It's all about
Scott
something.
Jonesy
I
for
like-
2. Merry Christmas from across the pond. Watch RRR.
Thanks, Scott
Merry
Jonesy. You're
Christmas.
like 2
I
years
hate
too
to say
late.
it, but most comedy comes from sophomoric, childish males.
Yep.
Sorry,
Who
that's
want
just
boobs.
no, but it doesn't have to be there. But we're idiots, and it's. I've been in a lot of writers' rooms. I was blessed to work with 3 of the funniest guys ever in the Frantics. We wrote 100,000 sketches in our time. What a great time that I had. I'll never get that back. And it's just different. I can't explain it.
It's juvenile, and you're trying to make each other laugh.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. And there's a huge, even though the final product might not be juvenile, we are. I mean, when we went on the trips to the different venues to perform, our favorite time was not the performance. It was in the van, making fun of the driver relentlessly and farting.
Well, and that was what was great about the like National Lampoon era, right? I mean, we had like this college boy frat humor.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I hate to say it.
You know, Animal House. You know,
Yep.
Revenge of the Nerds. I mean, we had just some great like Porky's.
Yeah. You should hear how we talk when you guys don't hear us. So it's so
We're-
juvenile.
We're disgusting human beings, and we're children.
They should be
Men are children.
Thank you, Scott Jonesy. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Zodlander with his mom's credit card for 50. I don't totally okay with gay and mixed race games, movies or shows if it's done well. You're totally okay with it. I'm not paying for a fucking lecture. Give me escapism.
Yeah.
Right. Just do it well. Just do it well. CB the Legend for 199. Rob, is Hugh and Ryan in Doomsday?
I love it. What me worry? What me worry?
Rob only pawn in Game of Life. Harry Brownhole for 2. You might say we are dreaming of a white Xmas except Alan.
Yes,
you might say that.
I'm dreaming.
Yes, I like
I'm-
Yellow Snow.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Well, hey, we're gonna wrap up the show. Thank you to our mods, MK Solid, Lord Thoth, 80 Ellis 24, Ololique on Rumble. Appreciate you. Sorry we had problems with the stream. We will make sure to fix and address those. This is our last group versus. Film Threat will be doing live streams through the holidays. Check the times may change. Alan and I will be back doing verses along with Badger a week from today. But everyone else, please enjoy your holiday. We'll
you.
circle back on the new year. But everyone go around the horn. Let's plug your channel, starting with Dante.
Yeah, guys, VRL tomorrow night at 6 p.m. And I believe I'm doing a New Year's Eve show with Nina Infinity on Wednesday night. So gonna look out for that. And yeah, please sub to the channel, do all that good shit. Much appreciated.
Staff My Nerdy Home. I'll be doing some streams this week over on my YouTube channel, as well as my Kick. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Merry Christmas.
Hello, Paul Chato here with Call Me Chato. Come on my channel, do stuff, enjoy it. You're worth 0.57 cents. That's how much I love you.
Come all over it. Yeah.
Yo, Derek Anderson, the DA. Come check me out tomorrow night on the Nightcap, and then I'll do a Wednesdays. What is that? Christmas Eve anime nights. We'll be talking anime then, and looking forward to the next year. This hat is the last time you'll see me in this hat. Also, take a picture if you want it right now.
Get a
Flip it, whatever.
screenshot.
That's it. All right.
Venus to vagina.
Hey, R&B from the Burnett work here. You can see me either on the John Campy show in the mornings or actually at noon, and see me on my own channel whenever you want.
Badgercast coming up in like 15 minutes, which hopefully this will all raid right into. So I guess don't go anywhere. And yes, thank you. Can't wait. Merry Christmas.
Oh, and
I
early
say-
start time Wednesday for Film Threat.
Oh yeah, Wednesday we'll do our Christmas Eve special. I have presents I'm going to show you the present Alan got me. I got Alan a present, and I forgot what it was. No, I know what it was. And then I have a very special Christmas video for Alan that is made for Alan. He's got to see it. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everyone. Can't wait to see you all. Everyone else here, have a Merry Christmas. I'll see you all next year. I might see some of you before. I'll see you guys. So cool. All right.
Merry Christmas.
That's
Merry
it for us.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
everybody.
Steph, did your package ever arrive, Steph?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Not yet. I'll look
Okay.
tomorrow, but yeah, I haven't.
All right.
found it yet.
All right, it's all good. Take care, everyone. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Alan?
Let's get out of here.